hit it.
Oh, wow, wow. Yeah, man, it's been snowing over here, bro, in San Antonio, Texas. It's been snowing here.
Is it normally hot at this time?
No, it's cold, but it's not supposed to really snow. I mean, it has snows, it just doesn't stick to the ground. Oh yeah, I
Mm.
told you that when we was talking to you earlier. My bad. You know, my brother texted me. He's like, "Is it snowing out there?" He's, "I'll take a picture in the snow." I was like, "Take a picture in the snow? It's not snowing that much where it sticks to the ground and
Mm.
get an actual picture. I'll just be out there with a wet camera, possibly broken."
So hold up, it's just always hot. Is it supposed to be hot right now?
It's not, well, it's supposed to be cold, but it don't really. It's not supposed to snow.
It
Well,
just
I
be
guess I guess
raining.
it's snow. Yeah, raining. It was raining all day today. But I was out driving. I took like half the day driving around and stuff.
Mm.
But
That sounds good, man.
it does. It's cool to drive. I haven't done that in a long time. It's cooped up in the house. Sometimes
That's
I still drive. I did it by myself too. So
that's what I'm saying. I was like, and then especially what? Because that was 2 nights ago. We was playing Apex. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
play Apex for like 7 hours straight.
Man,
I don't know
I,
how
I
long
was,
though.
I was seeing that relief though, being able to get out the crib, That's why I said I was like, man, I go for a drive. You know what I mean? So,
It works. Yeah.
what music or information did you consume while you were driving?
I have my own beats on my iTunes or whatever in there already, and it's these old beats from, well, like half new, half old, from like last year and 2019. So
Mm.
2019 and 2020, and I keep them on there because I'm lazy to take them off and update it. But the other ones, yeah. So they keep playing. So every time I go in there and I don't want to turn the radio on, or if I'm just driving, I'm lazy to change it or look at the phone. It just plays, and I keep listening to them. And then
Mm.
I keep listening, and then I find out which parts I messed up on, and I could like mixed it better, that kind of thing.
2020 and 2019. So when you rolling on a long trip, you bumping your own beats because your beats is on your phone. They bounced.
It's that first initial one, like when you hook your car up. I don't know how it is with everybody else, but when you hook your phone up to the car, you get in, iTunes automatically plays. Like it's not like automatically Spotify or something like that unless you open up the app.
Yeah.
That one plays, and yeah, my beats are on there, like good 20 beats. And I'm
Mm.
listening, like, okay. And it's cool because like even when I have like the kids in the car or something like that, they're like, "Oh, that's my favorite song right here. I like this one. No, change it."
Yo.
Well, my son says that. I was like,
How,
"You like this?"
how did that feel the first time he said that? Do you remember?
Yeah, I said, "You like this?" That's exactly how I felt. Like I was like, "You like this?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "This part though," and it was like this mixed. Here, it was Toy Store. That's the beat. Let me see if I can. I mean,
Yo,
I
it's
can't.
hilarious. It's called Toy Story 2, right?
Toy Store. It is. 2019. Where Toy Store at? This one. Is that too loud? Is that too loud? This is 2019.
Bring it down a little bit, like 1 dB. So what's the call was hitting high, like distorting at the top.
Yeah, the voice at the top goes a little too loud. That's one of the problems. And I always have a problem with the hats. So it's the second part of the song he likes. Just sit here listening.
Oh, Yeah, you hear it.
Yeah. Oh shoot, what did I do?
I like the was that your first time using those kind of like vocal sound, like playing around like that? Was that in vocal synth, by the way?
I think it was arcade.
Mm.
I downloaded. No, you know what? It was arcade. Is that the same thing you're talking about? Vocal
Nope,
synth?
nope,
Oh,
nope. Vocal synth was that isotope bundle we got. Arcade is that Lawrence video that come on YouTube.
all the
Yeah,
time.
I love this in arcade.
Yeah, I love this in arcade. It was in I used that in arcade. I think I had like a free trial or something like that on it, and I checked it out. I was like, "Oh, cool." The cool thing about it is that you can change the octaves. So you know how they say that shit?
Yeah.
You can change it. Oh, you can change the key, and it's still in key.
Yeah, it already knows what the key is.
It already knows what the key is.
Since I'm a musician, I already know, but I just found out arcade finds out what the key is. I could do the whole damn commercial, man. How many times this shit come on? But yeah, dude, like what you said that was a 2019 beat?
2019.
Damn, how come it hasn't been released?
That was the reason why there was so much. That's why you say you turned down a little bit because it was it was a little high pitched. It's not mixed. That's rough.
Yeah.
That's like straight out of machine with nothing. No mixing, nothing. So
you could turn that into a whole thing, man. At least when I was hearing it, what my brain was doing, you could bring in like a saw wave for the bass to add to that. Like there's gonna be parts where you can just build. You can do the reggaeton snare pattern on there. Oh my god! Because then you can make it like a Wild Thoughts kind of like vibe. Look! Look how your face is with. You know what I'm talking about?
No, because I agree with you. I'm gonna just send that shit to you because we're gonna come out with an album. We're gonna put some stuff on it.
I'm sitting there like, man, if you because as soon as I said Wild Thoughts, and you're like, oh, hold up, man. Like, do you feel what I'm saying? No, like, I ain't crazy.
No, you're not. Here. Let me. You write down that. You write that down.
Yeah, dude. Saw wave on the bottom.
Yeah, man. That shit was dope.
Because you can emphasize those. And then just for that second part, like when you switch it up, probably like give them that bloom, bloom just a little bit, and then make that a whole nother thing. You can put all kind of shit. That because when you trap aside and we go 808 deep, that regular bloom, bloom part, you can switch that.
Switch it up, yeah. I feel
because
that. Yeah,
it's good when the Wild Thoughts and reggaeton and everything in the beginning, but then you just know what key that's in, and then play that new melody in that key. But
let's switch it up. Yeah, no, I agree, man. That would be dope. And especially if it's gonna be like altered in the second half, then we could shorten the first part to like 4 because it's like at 8 or something like that. 4 bars shorter, just to get that effect that you once you get familiar, and then the switch up will hit you. You're like, oh shit,
yeah.
Like, I saw your face. You said, no. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I like when beats do that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh. You're like, oh, shoot. Yeah, you get that bass freaking heavy. Sub it more. Sub. Man. Oh, what's it called? We were talking about, so we were playing Apex and the stuff that we was talking about before that.
The APC1, Machine, Logic, going away from Machine, going to Logic.
Fully.
Getting the MPC1, evaluating your beats, and then using the new Mark II Go to appreciate music, expand your color palette and what you want to create. You can step the levels up.
Yeah. Dang. Remember all that shit. You remember all that? Get this man an award. Yeah, I don't know how you remembered all that. I was like, oh yeah,
we
I did say
we
that.
was talking. He's sitting there like, I forgot about that shit till you said.
I only like for everybody I give credit if they remember it like the 2 or 3 days afterwards. Like, I mean, it has been about 2 or 3 days, right? Okay, yeah, you're good. now, now, what's it called? So we're talking about that, yeah, and it made me want to dive into it. So I started watching videos online about how to the better ways to integrate machine into logic because
Mm,
I machine is my thing. It is, and maybe I'm getting bored of it because I'm doing the same thing with it that I've been doing for like 3 months, 4 months, like steadily, like grinding with, right?
yeah.
And yeah, I want to do something different with it, or I want to be able to understand it better, right? There's a dog. My dog's right there. He's usually in the back. I think he just got a bath or something. Anyway, all right. So yeah, I was thinking about I've been watching videos and trying to learn more about the integration, and I have been. It's pretty dope. Like I didn't know that you were able to or you're able to mix like depending on how you route it, you're able to mix the 16 like there's 16 channels of the pads that you can route. And you're able to like shift the faders and all that stuff. Like you can mix it in logic, basically. Whereas before I
Didn't
didn't
know
know
how to do
that.
that.
Yeah, I didn't. And then they I saw the video and they showed it. I was like, oh shoot. Like, cause at first you was like, oh, here, this is how you record. Cause I barely even knew how to record into Logic just from machine. Like I didn't know how to do that.
Like you mean
But
like opening up a audio channel and then sending the output from machine on your
right,
software instrument into the input on that audio, hitting record, then triggering it.
right. Cause there's two outputs that you can pick from, which is the stereo output when you go from the software instrument, AU instruments, picking machine. When you're hovered over machine, it'll say stereo and then 16 channel.
Yes,
So you
sir.
pick the 16 channel, bloop, it opens up a new way for you to do it, and it automatically recognizes 16 channels that you can route as an aux. But the problem I'm having right now is being able to record individually at the same time, all of them, and like I would like say if I would do it in machine by itself, but do that in Logic. Open up 16 tracks, route the same way, and then when it's playing, like right when it's playing, then I'm able to record that way, each individually, each tracks, and then I could just manipulate it in Logic rather than manipulating it in here in machine.
Because that's what I was doing in battery before you put me on machine.
Oh, okay.
Because in battery, you can like you know how you hover over it and give you stereo or 16 channel. They give you like stereo, 16 channel, eight monos, 12 stereos. They give you all these different configurations because when you make your whole drum rack, your kick, your snare, what else? What else sits center? Your kick is gonna sit center mono channel. Your snare gonna sit center mono channel. Um, but then like your hi hats, it'll be a stereo channel. You pan that to the left. You
Hi
got
hats, crashes,
your
toms.
crashes, toms, speed hats, boom, and you pan those out. Then on in one, what do you call that thing? The main instrument thing in Logic, the one that's saying battery for, right?
Right.
When you go inside the mixer, you'll see a little plus button. And that plus button is adding the channels within that one main channel. So you do all them pluses, and then it's going to add you all the stereos, and then you finally get the monos. So then out of that whole drum rack that I create, I'll route the kick to whatever that one is, be like stereo mono out 19. And then the snare be mono out 20. But then I'll put the hi-hats on stereo 1 and 2. And then like boom, 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 boom. Then after you do all the plus signs, you'll right click all those and say create tracks, create something tracks. And then it'll take those tracks in the mixer and add them on your timeline thing in Logic. Then when you
Great.
go to record, it'll record each individual track because now they're all routed. So now
I
you
have to
got
do an extra
stems.
step. I'd have to do an extra step then. That's what I would do. Okay. Because it was I think I did half of that. Because it'll go and then you'll hit the pads, you'll see that they're moving, right? But it's not in the main. It's not, it doesn't have in the tracks. They're all aux tracks. So they're all just sitting in the in the mixing window, not
Mhm.
on the actual what's it called? What is that? What is
I
it
don't know
called?
what that's called. It's the main
One, the
window.
main, yeah, your main creating window. I don't know what it's called, but if we get that $2,000, what's it called?
That
Class
course, the certification.
certification, we'll know what these things are called.
Exactly to the T.
Yeah. I don't know when Logic 10 is going to be out, so I don't know.
Logic 11.
Yeah, Logic 11. It's almost about that time, so I mean, might as well wait till then. I can wait another year or so. But anyway,
But
yeah,
yeah, right click, highlight all of them, right click, and then it'll create those tracks up there, and then you'll be able to do it.
create as new audio or audio tracks. They have to be audio tracks because you need to go right in there, right? Okay. Ah, all right. It's a lot of routing for that. Just for
Drums.
for me to be happy with this, like, because I was gonna, like I was saying to you, I was gonna do away with the machine. Just get it. What's the? I still might. I don't know, but just because Logic has a sampler now, a decent one.
Yeah, because this sampler, and that's this sampler, Chill Hop. Now think about it. Chill Hop was the first time I used this sampler because I watched two tutorials. Like there's two black dudes, like Aver something. He's a producer, and it's like a bald head black dude. He's a producer, but they both did. They like, oh, Logic just came up with this sampler. Should you upgrade to Logic? What was it? 10.5, I think it was. 10.2, whatever the upgrade.
It's like 10.5 point something or something, 10.3.5 or something like that.
Whatever the upgrade where the sampler came in, that's the tutorial I watched. I watched two of them. And these fools are showing how the sampler is way better than the EX24 because I used to hate sampling like that, in my opinion. Like the way I used to have it.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
The way I used to have the sample. When I was sampling in the EX24, I would bring in the piece, the wave file, put it on the timeline, and then I would have to go through, make sure it's timed up on the right tempo. Then I would have to manually chop it up.
Chop it, yeah.
Manually chop it up. Then I would have to highlight those. I create a new EX24 instrument track. Then I'll have to go open up the edit window in there in the EX24, take all those clips, drag them, put them in there, put it on continuous zone, polyphony 1, all that, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that was bullshit.
Do all of that. Like, man, I didn't really think about all that tedious. But look, once again, now I think about it, we know an extra skill. Like the new one does all that for you. That's what I do love about it. Like you bring it in, like when that's what I loved about. I got that and Splice at the same time. I was like, oh, this is like here you go, everything you need,
everything you need,
right? Because if I can just, because man, think about I just said like 15 steps for the EX24. We got to go through, chop it up, at least in the sampler. When you go in and you bring it over and like put original or optimized. Like you could bring it in as a WAV file, but then you could take that. This is what I do nowadays. I bring it in as a WAV file, and then sometimes, like if I wanted to hit different, I make it flex pitch it or whatever, and then I take the flex pitch version of that, then put that in the sample, then manipulate it off of that. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
they got the part where it's like one shot classic, and if you hit the little thing where it says beat division, it chops it up in 16s for you. You know what I'm saying? And then you can move the little things. Yeah, you move the sliders. Oh, it's so easy. It's so much easier than EX24. Because with the EX24, if you chopped it up, you couldn't just go back and slide where the chop was. You had to unchop it and then go back and chop it. Versus this is like, nah. And then you play each key like, nope, I wanted to hit right here. That sampler is way better.
Heck yeah. And during that time too, before the sampler, the time stretch and stuff wasn't as good too. It was still what's it called? It had a lot of artifacts, a lot of them. And then there was that update where it was like it just made it a lot better. I was like, oh shoot, this is dope. And I haven't taken advantage of that too, but I will. So that's why I might go in and get that that MPK. No, it's the what's it called? M audio. I think it's the 20 something key with the pads. I forgot what it's called. I look at
You got internet.
I sure do. Shoot, it was one of the recent ones I've been looking at.
Oh, you said M audio?
No, Akai, my bad.
Yeah, I'm like,
you're fucking with M audio.
I'm saying now you don't want no M audio pads. I'm a witness.
Yeah. Hey, I have that set. I downloaded Akai's beat Yeah, that's shit, man.
Man,
Axiom Air, Amada's Axiom
XM
Air
32
25
key. But
mini.
man, this is perfect for when you driving in a truck as an installer and you making beats on your lap. This is clean for that.
Yeah, it's good for the keys, bro. For sure, it's good for the keys. But
But even after you play these long keys for a while, you go back to this and you're like, I know what to do now, but man, it don't feel the same. You know what I mean? But
shit don't you
if
get all
you
that
feel it,
freedom.
yeah,
Uh,
no freedom.
yeah, freedom. I can't go that high. So the one I want to get is the Akai MPK 225 performance keyboard controller, 25 key. It runs about 249 Z sounds, do 4 easy payments of 62.25.
Let's go. I think
Or
my cousin has that one. They can make one with the black keys, right?
ooh, there is?
Is that the one? It's like a MPK Mini 25 key. It got like knobs and drum pads on the top.
It's this one. I don't know if you guys can see it.
I thought the girl Angela Ray, producer.
Wait, oh, wait. Oh, I can do this way, huh?
Have you played it? Stupid. Have you went in a guitar center and fondled it?
No, I haven't fondled it. No, I mean, I've I haven't, but I mean, it's the same pads that they use for freaking Akai shit. So and MPKs, and they're good. I've touched the other ones. I found
Now,
the other ones.
because you know that's what we do when we go to guitar center, man. Like,
Yeah, that's all I
whew,
do. So
man, bass. I'm over here with microphones, man. I went in there and just touched everything, all them little soft synths, the DJ controllers before I even got this one, all that. But
what
what is the appeal to going to that 25 key if you got a 61 key in front of you in a machine studio?
Oh, the appeal is this is an old ass 61 key, and when I power it on, sometimes it doesn't work anymore. Like it'll work, but I'm like, how come it's not? You'll see in the like chop sections, I'm like pushing the keys, like how come it's not working?
You
It
need a
might be,
power adapter.
yeah, no, but it's on though, like because it's powered by the USB. There's no
Oh, but it's not receiving response.
right. It's old. This thing is about as old as my whole music career.
Yeah. Because I remember you got it at Best Buy.
Best Buy in 2006, 2007. When as soon as I got that discount, bro,
And that's crazy. The test show you just showed me was 2016. So that was 10 years prior to that test show.
yeah, and I had for sure, and that was there. The M Audio keyboard, and that just shows the longevity of that MIDI keyboard too, because that thing's been beat up, didn't break, nothing. Like I had it in storage when I lived in Victorville at my mother-in-law's house. It was in storage. We had a storage up in Victorville, and it wasn't covered in there, so it was like dust all up in there and all that. I broke it out. I was like, this still work. Pushed it, still work. But yeah. So the appeal for it mainly to get it is to
get 25 keys that work all the time consistently.
Yeah.
Something you can depend on.
Right. And I don't mind because I'm not a keyboard player. I'm not playing the full thing. I if I have to figure something out, all I need is that amount of keys, right?
Yeah.
You can just switch the octaves if you want to do that, or drag whatever MIDI you need to for it. But the main appeal for me is that everything is in Logic. I don't have to worry about machine and routing, all that stuff. If I want to go into sample mode in there, it's all in there. Like I don't have to worry about, just like we were saying about getting half of it and having to route that again just so I can use the machine, just so I can use that software.
That's what I'm about to say though. So hold on. The videos you watched that was helping you with machine, that was showing you the routing and stuff, were they showing you machine standalone or were they showing you machine plug-in in Logic?
Machine plug-in in Logic.
But it was still that same window that you can't change the size of.
You can't change the damn size of the freaking window, man. Like, why can't you do that?
I think we need to send this to him, man. That's an update away. Native access, please.
Yeah, native access. Is it just native? It's Logic too, right? Because you can't. Can you open?
Well, because if nah, nah, it's it is Native Instruments' fault because we log into Native Access and then they give us updates on our plugins. And then the machine software factory selection, and when I got select start from the beginning, all that blah blah blah. Then we get updates, Reactor 5, and then Reactor 6, and then it was Contact 5, and now we got Contact Now with no contact number, but it was from Contact 5 to Contact.
Oh, no contact.
Yeah, man, that's that. See, that's that Gemini quick whip mind. He's like, man, I got a quick whip mind too. Oh, sorry, man. This is just what I relate to, man. But if you like that too, I appreciate you, man, because that means we're amongst friends. You know what I'm saying?
Like Zay1X, whatever.
Zay1X, shout out to Zay1X. Hey, but that was a good, because I thought about that perspective. Like when he said it, I was like, because I like assessing that feedback, and it's like he's like, man, you always say some Gemini stuff, and I'm like, yeah, because that's how I identify with it. But at the same time, hey, you never know, Zay1X, you probably got some Gemini in your chart, but
hey, I don't know
for real, because it's like,
I haven't asked him yet. Any Gemini in his chart?
Niggas don't even know they whole chart most of the time when you talk about it.
Wearing my hat like this is cool.
Man, if it's cool to you, then it's cool. Remember, I was watching the last episode, so I can know what to talk about. But we were talking about how the opinions of others don't matter, but they do matter. Because we was talking about how to start a movement when you go dance with somebody, a stranger, you put your hand on.
Oh yeah. You do that. For the energy, it doesn't matter, but it matters.
Yeah, because it's like the opinion matters because you like feedback and stuff like that. But ultimately, you make the decision. You the judge. You got the gavel in your hand. You sitting there like, if this hat is cool wearing it this way, then it's cool wearing it this way. You the judge. Boom.
I was just joking.
I'm sorry, I know. He's like, man, gotta be deep all the time. I'm like, my man,
deep all the time, bro. I'm just kidding, bro. Like,
how my brain work, man.
Okay, no, it's true though. Nah, on a wholesome level, yeah, you 100%, bro. That's 100%. You on it, man. I honestly don't give a fuck. Honestly, if it was the case, like if I was wearing this hat and somebody said some shit, I'm like, shut up. You ain't wearing that. You don't want to look dumb, you sheep. You follow whatever everybody says. You scared to live outside the box.
All right, so you scared to put your work out there and get judged.
Oh, he's scared to, yeah, exactly. Get judged for the work that you put out.
That's what stops most artists.
It is. It happened to me.
Man, hey, you talk about in 5 years, from 2015 to 2020, one song was released.
Damn, yeah. Hey, same with me, bro. Well, I didn't know about Discord either, so I don't know. I mean,
DistroKid.
I didn't know about Discord either. Shoot, we talk about DistroKid, Discord, washing the dishes,
dish that way, dish
satellite, with dish whatever, yeah,
satellite dish. Watch out if it's raining because your satellite gonna mess up.
Hey man, remember that was a thing? Is that still a thing?
Gets messed I don't got satellite TV no more, so I don't know.
Direct TV or something. I don't have that. I got online. I don't have any of that other stuff no more. Oh, so I was saying, oh my bad. So all that has a point. Like, so what we're talking about. Being able to do that, like getting the MPK or the Akai MPK 21 key, 25 keys in there. It's all this I'm strategically thinking about because I want to be able to go. Oh yeah, so it was that I was thinking about. And another thing that's going to help me with my end goal, which I'm going to tell you in a little bit, but the other thing was making presets. So I was looking at preset videos on how to set up my my workflow because I need, from what I'm going to do soon, what I'm about to tell you is I need to be able to quickly get to where I need to be at. And I need to. No, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. What
I just want to add on to it, but yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With the when you route it all up, then save it as a template. That way, you ain't got to keep rerouting.
Exactly. So you have your route. You have the way you go. Right. Actually, there was 3 things I was doing. So this is the second thing. Well, the first thing was getting living out my comfort zone which is my machine, because I love the machine. Don't get me wrong. Just I love it. I love it. Like I want to. If somebody offered me the like the what's called the plus, I would get it just because I love that shit. Like I love machine. Like a great software, a great hardware, all that shit. But I want to go in the box with the with Logic primarily because I want to be able to mix. I'm not only a producer or a beat maker, I'm also an engineer mixer,
Come
right?
on.
Right. I'm not only just a beat maker. I actually mix and shit. I like fucking with the quality of the sound and how the and sound effects. You know what I'm saying? You know what's up. You the same way, brother. You the same way. So
But I like
uh,
that you declaring, like, let it be known.
yeah, let them know I'm not just a beat maker. There's certain people that don't know how to mix. I know how to mix.
Come on.
I know how to mix. I have my own style. You know what I mean? So the second thing was doing the presets, the templates. So I was looking how to save a template, and it's just literally file save template, right? Save as a template.
Yep.
But I was just I was trying to figure out what I need to do for my drums. That's why I looked in how to integrate machine with Logic, so then I can route those into a bus to go as an auxiliary for a drum mix, right? And then have it set up for keys, whatever, blah blah blah, keys, bass, whatever, sample even, because I'm sample based in Logic, right? Oh, and another great thing is because all the like all the instruments, they just sound better for me in Logic. I don't know if it's because my CPU is just messing with my brain because it's not it's not being able to handle a lot of shit at the same time. I feel like it's handled better in Logic rather than machine. So that's another thing. And I know, and if I do need to save a computing space, I could just freaking print a track and then, you know, do away with that and save my CPU, save some space, right? In which I can't do that in machine. Not fast. Not
Oh,
fast.
you can't print it and then just put the WAV file on the timeline and let it play.
Exactly.
Mm.
Right. So you could just go, yeah, you know what I mean? Like you just go record with effects all in it, boom, hide it.
Yep. Yep.
Disengage. So yeah, that'll save CPU for me. And I that's very important for me right now because bro, we just spent a ton of money. I don't know when I'm gonna get my computer yet. So
And you can freeze the track. You know about freezing the track?
what do you mean?
All right. So back when I was on my
Yeah,
2008 Mac, huh?
to gems. Let's go, man. Yeah.
Back when I was on my 2008 Mac, where I try to play and be like, "Oh, system overload," and too much input output. Like, you know what that screen looked like. So what I would have to do is I make the track and, like, you make them. For me, I was making 16 bar loops. I make the loop, bop bop, then I would track it out. Boom, intro, verse, hook, bridge, chorus, blah blah blah. I put that all out, but then it won't be able to play from start to finish. I couldn't hear it, right? Because
Oh,
the media, yeah, you'll hear one part and then system overload, blah blah, and you like, dang, I want to hear how the drop was gonna sound. And you got to go back and play just right before that part, and hopefully it'll play. But if you go through and where do you grab it at?
man,
What
EDM
Logic?
music is plug-in intensive too.
Hell
Like
yeah, because
you
it's sound design as fuck. Like when you really think about it, when you when I really went off in the EDM space. Because that's how I started this off. I came back in the game as EDM, even though I started off rapping. I came back as a producer, like, oh, I'm gonna do this dance music shit, nigga, because of the energy that I got to experience. No beef, nobody trying to, everybody dancing, nobody care what
fight
nobody
you.
look like. Yeah, ain't no fights, ain't no like, it's only good times. But
Right.
yeah, it's plug-in intensive because you got to use Massive or Serum or Nexus or Absinthe or um, what's the other one that everybody use? Omnisphere, right?
Yeah, those are the big hitters.
So when you go through, get the shit in do it on a new computer. You ain't gonna have to do it on your new computer either, sir. Um,
But these people give me money. I'm just kidding.
Hook it up, hook it up.
Yeah, I got $20 on my distro kid.
Let's
Let's go.
go, let's go, let's go. Real for real, man.
20.
I think you gotta highlight the track, but I ain't did it in a minute. I think, like, so after
So
you,
I click.
hmm?
It's a right click.
Yeah,
It shows it says
like
freeze.
yeah, let's say freeze track.
Let me see. Those of you listening, you know how it is. Drop a comment if you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you're in your car or something listening to us, just yell it out. You can probably hear it. Just yell it out to your car.
They hear it through spirit.
Right. Spirit bomb. Hold on. So this freezing the track, it's not the same thing as just muting it and then just disengaging the it's just a shortcut to that same exact thing.
Yeah, because what it would do was, and I wonder if they took it away with the new update. But what you would do is, right? So on my screen, but like you have you got a whole track tracked out, right?
Right there, yeah.
Right? You got it?
Yeah. So
Freeze.
you right click on your audio track, right?
Yep.
Or your audio track. Um you right click on the audio track, you press. So when you right click, the menu will come up. It's called configure track header.
Mm.
When you go to configure
There you go.
track
Yeah,
header,
yeah. There you got.
yeah,
There you got freeze. Thank you.
pop up. Yeah. Yep.
Teamwork, man. Teamwork.
Make the dream work.
Teamwork, make the dream work. Thank you. So now, what you'll do, right? So put the beat in a range of where you want it. Open up your cycle range, like where you're gonna loop it at from start to wherever you're looping it at. Hit freeze, and it's gonna take a snapshot of what all the sounds is, where they at. And the tracks are frozen now. So then you'll be able to play back with no problems. It'll play all the way through. It won't system overload. It won't stop. You'll hear it clear. But when you need to change something, you'll have to go and unfreeze that individual track. It'll unfreeze it. Then you can change it. And then you can try to play it by itself. It'll probably work. But if not, then you'll have to go through,
Freeze it again.
freeze it again. So when you freeze it, it kind of looks like it's bouncing. You know what I'm saying? But then you're just left in the
Oh, that's what I was about to ask you. When you freeze it, does it take time to freeze so it can
Mhm.
beat off stuff? Okay.
It looked like a bounce. It looked like the same thing that you'd do with a bounce. Give me 1 second, man. Get this dough real quick.
Good enough. So, yeah, there's yeah, I had problems with what the hell was I saying? No, I had problems with getting too much like plugins in. I'm sure everybody does, but there's a lot of them that just it's just too much for my computer right now, and it's when I try to like bring it in like what is that one from Ozone, not Ozone from freaking Isotope, like Iris. If I have like two irises up or three irises up, that's a no go for me. Like Tim, you ever try to put up more than three irises like up? How's that work for you if you did do it?
I've done two iris. Done two iris. You talking about that synth from Isotope?
Yeah, Iris too. I was just saying, like when I do Iris, like if I bring it up more than two or three times, that should shut off my computer, bro. Like it shuts it off.
That's a serum.
I was like, no, I don't. I need a new computer, or I just need to be more I guess aware. I got to be more aware of what I do.
CPU intensive though.
Yeah, because that thing has so many like options for what you can do on there.
Yeah, because like remember we was talking about analog bass and all that shit. The difference between analog and synth bass. That's where you can go to get a lot of those analog synths. Is Iris.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Like if you want to get some of the Moog sounds.
I'll go ahead, bro.
I don't know what I was saying. I was just talking about the freeze thing. Thanks for
Looking it up. Yeah, I'm sure, man. I was just saying too, because that's why I said it, because if you open up more than three of those type of
that's why it's shutting it down. Yeah. Because system overload.
right. So yeah, I usually just like turn them off. Like that's what I can do in Logic. I'll just turn it off. I mean, I could do it in.
Dude, I used to just print. I used to print them. Just print audio, mute the original MIDI.
Yeah, exactly. Mute that, print it, and then turn it off. Mute whatever, just so it's not used. It's not being
It's
used anymore.
not engaging all that. Yeah.
Exactly.
But and then so then you eventually start ending up with stems all the time. You're just gonna and
But
then
that's what you're gonna get anyway. At the very
true,
end, that's what you're gonna get. So I mean,
but
depends
like
how you work too,
you're
though.
right at the point. You're right at the point of where I was because it's like my 2008 Mac and like the reason why I didn't put out so many projects was all the extra maintenance I had to do to get the project up. Because instead of me, like you say, oh, can I put up 3 iris? And I probably could put up 3 iris now. You know what I mean?
I'm
But I'm
jealous.
only done two. It's coming, man. You already
Yeah.
know. You
So,
know.
but
10 p.m.
yeah, the the what's it called the. So I'm doing that. So that's one of the main reasons too to be in the in Logic only. And
Yo, to cover your CPU load. Now that's a gem right there.
yeah,
Because it's so specific. Like if you, once again, if you can go back to your machine tutorials, if you was gonna make little reels, because that's what I went back and looked at dude's thing, and I clicked on his thing after I looked in that reel, and it brought me straight to his reels. And I'm looking, I'm like, hold up, this nigga only put up reels, and then you look, and he got like some regular photos, but for the most part, it's reels. And I'm like, that thing is an automatic loop. That's your Vine. You know what I'm saying? That's your TikTok on
right.
Instagram, and it's like the end of the day, you're either going to educate them, entertain them, or make them feel sexy.
Yeah,
You know,
I
Grandmaster
feel sexy all
sexy.
the time. No, I'm
You
just
know?
playing. Now pause, right, bro?
But you could
But yeah,
put that as a machine tip and say, hey, one of the tips, if people are experiencing the CPU load thing that you're experiencing, put it in Logic, boom, boom, bounce, print, bow, or you could freeze track. Like that'll be a clean little quick
that is
tutorial.
good.
Because
Yeah, hell yeah.
we all know that feeling. Like that, everybody who can't get no new hardware know what it's like when you just CPU low. So if you get this little quick tip and you be like, oh, everybody knows that. Nah, not everybody. Not everybody.
And not everybody, because some people are just like, oh, I want the newest shit all the time because I can afford it, or because your parents can afford it, or something like that.
But for the people like us that we were struggling and we didn't know, all that piece of knowledge could help everything we could get.
Yep, my parents is immigrants. They worked hard, but not hard enough for us to get flashy technology. You know what I'm saying? They worked hard for food and all that stuff.
Hmm.
But it's true. It's true. So um, yeah. So that was one of the main reasons that I wanted to use Logic by itself, or I'd just say a DAW. But for me in particular, is Logic because that's what I mess with the most. And so I was working on the templates, learning how to do templates, which is pretty easy. You just have to know what you want to be routed if you're into that type of thing. If you're a beat maker, I highly suggest to look into mixing because you're not gonna bounce out a track or leave on like what is it? Because Logic has it. I know Fruity Loops has it. I don't know if the other DAWs have it, but where you normalize, like where
Mm-hmm.
it just auto clips it when you bounce, and not it doesn't do your own. Like
Yeah.
it just has its own limiter, and it just like freaking makes it all nasty and low. And I used to use that in GarageBand, and that's when I first learned about it. I was like, nah, nope, I'm not using this no more. Like this is terrible. It's like it cuts it by like 20 dB. It seems like it's so quiet. It's so quiet, and everything's just like compressed.
I didn't like how, because when I first started doing it, I'm making EDM tracks. And so I got three different basses all layered up so they can be one bass sound. Like, you got synths and keys and hi hats. You still got all this other stuff, arpeggios. And then back when I first was bouncing them out, I would leave the normalize button on. And so the normalize button would be on, and then I go back and listen to the bounce, and I'm like, why everything sound different? I'm like, I know the levels I had it at, but not knowing that, yeah, that normalizes its own natural compression. So it's turning up stuff and turning down stuff, and everything ain't what it was. So then when I was going in on Point Blank Online, and they were showing you how to mix and do all this stuff, it was like, oh yeah, so unselect this normalize button here because what this is going to do is automatically compress. And I'm like, oh nigga, I've been leaving that button on. And I'm like, but wouldn't I want to leave the normalize on because I thought it was going to bring up stuff? And it's like, no, but that's why we're doing our own compressor, we're doing our own EQ, we're doing our own limit in here. So this is doing what the normalizer doing, but manually and better and more cut to what this track is versus just a cookie cutter thing. Yeah, it's more specific versus a cookie cutter thing.
Right. Specific to you in general, into your music that you're making, rather than that other one is just set to one thing. like, or you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's a good thing to not turn that on for sure. If you're up and coming, or if you don't know what you're doing with that kind of thing, just look at a couple of tutorials on like compression and EQing, and you'll be good. You'll be right as rain.
Compressor, yeah, right as rain.
You'll be right as rain. As soon as you finish this cookie, you'll be right as rain.
I'm gonna put that video out this week, man. I gotta stop bullshitting myself. But yeah, no, that's real. Cause what on the master channel, an EQ, a compressor, and a limiter is the better way to instead of pressing normalize.
Right. Your limiter, yeah, your limiter will just you could turn it up all you want to, and just cut it right before it distorts, and then or if you want distortion, you know, do whatever you want, but you cut it right that 0.01 max right there, man. It's maxed up. But yeah, so so doing the presets is gonna be key for what I'm about to do. And then the third thing, I haven't done too much, but is pick my plugins. Like
Hmm.
I wanted to do I'm thinking about it like this, and I got the idea because how you're saying you went back because you've been thinking rethinking about your stuff too, like I have been, right? Or probably more than I have been because this is recent that I've just been like going back in my head about um, redoing my things because trying to do other stuff now or try to redo certain things or try to fix or try to venture out into somewhere else regarding the music. But it was so with the way I was thinking is you were doing your classroom thing, the classroom, the way you have your classrooms, right? So you have whatever you're gonna do. You're gonna have your keys as a class, right? You have keys, bass, the drum machine,
Drum
classroom,
machine, the DJ controller,
DJ controller, marketing,
social
uh,
media marketing,
yep, social media
uh,
marketing,
production,
production,
mixing, mastering,
mixing, mastering.
like men, lifestyle, understanding women. Because you know I ain't got no wife, so I got to put my energy toward that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, they out there.
You got to be well versed in what you're trying to do. Just like how you research a machine and everything, you have to get the best results. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true. Like, especially you're putting like for you to have all the time that you have to do that's dope. So I got this idea from you uh by separating that. Like I don't know what it sparked it, but it's not the same thing. But I want to look for plugins as if I was in a studio. So if it was in a traditional studio at home, like or back in like the 1970s, you didn't have plugins, right? You had the racks that you had, and that's what you had to work with. So I want to pick out of maybe like two out of each class of types of things like EQs and compressors and all that. Job specific though for keys, drums,
Mm,
vocals, you
pads.
know, pads, all that. Yeah, guitar, bass, all that stuff. I want to get specific ones that I'm going to use all the time, and I'm going to use that
Mm,
with my templates.
nice.
So the templates was the second thing. The third thing is the plugins that I want to be able to use for that, and my specific skill set that I want to, you know, my style basically. But with all that, like I'm trying to do this challenge that I told Tim, Ninth Wonder, one of my favorite,
Oh,
yeah, one of my
I was
favorite.
like, what challenge? Yeah.
There's this challenge that he said, not it's not a challenge, but it's something that he did, and it just resonated with me. I've done 40 days of beats, right? Every one beat a day for 40 days. I did that, and that sparked from my brother. Shout out to my brother. Uh, shout out to I don't have my, but shout out to my brother because he's always an inspiration to me most of the time. And he always pushes me to be better. He's you know tells me I suck if I suck. Tells me I'm good. Doesn't really tell me I'm good. He tells me I suck for all the
Yeah, that's some brother
time.
shit for real.
Yeah, it'll be like once a year maybe he'll be like, all right, that's dope. Once every 2 years maybe, but everything else is just like his mentality. You know, big brother mentality. He's like, I'm not supposed to say that you're good. He's like, I'm here the one to tell you that it's not good.
Mm,
Like, all right, I guess that makes sense, right? But
mm.
anyway, he had this thing where for Lent, if you're Catholic, right? If you're Catholic, you give something up for Lent, right? 40 days. This is where McDonald's, everybody's selling fish fillet sandwiches and shit.
And put
Like,
the ash on your head.
yeah, oh yeah, Wednesday, Ash Wednesday. Yeah, you put the thing. I didn't do that, but uh, yeah, you give up something for 40 days. Like people are like, oh, I gave up soda, blah blah blah. My brother is a graphic designer, but he said he was gonna make he's gonna do his art, so graphic art every day for 40 days. So
Mm.
he would do a graphic every day and post it for 40 days.
Exclusive. I didn't
Yeah.
know this backstory that was leading to that.
Yeah. And he said, you know what you should do? You should make a beat every day, once a day for 40 days for Lent. You're giving up your time for your craft. Instead of giving it up like as a negative thing, it's a positive thing. And you get, yeah. So I was like, yeah. I was like, all right.
Shout
And
out
I
to
did
your
it.
brother, man.
Yeah, I did it. He said, you should do this. I was like, all right, cool. And I did it. I did 40 days. I did that for Lent. I gave up my time to pursue a passion,
Mm.
and I was able to do 40 days of beats. The next upcoming year, I did 45 days of
Sure
beats
did.
because it was 45. I'm not doing another 40 days. I got to up it, right? I got to up it to 45. By
That's
that time,
right.
my brother didn't do it the next year, but I did it. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna do it. It's time. It's time again for this year. I might as well do 45 days of beat. So I did that 45 days of beat, and I did it. And what's funny about that is that I actually got a CD and covers, kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I was handing out to people. So
Yep.
I was selling. I was like, whatever you want to pay, just give me whatever, and I'll give it to you. And I was going around like my hometown in Victorville. I was going around everybody like, oh, hey, thank you for supporting. That was cool, by the way. Shout out to everybody that, especially Tim. Hey, shout out to everybody that copped that hard copy of
Yeah,
45 Days.
no. Yeah, with the white and it was a multicolored, but it was a cardboard sleeve. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it had a card in there too. Remember the Nappoo Music card? You can still go to my NappooMusic.com page. It's still up, but I just don't have. I don't know how to access it. It's just up with all my old content. But what is it? Yeah, so Ninth Wonder, one of my most famous, like one of the most famous producers. He's for sure one of the top three of my producers, top three producers, top three dead or alive producers, right?
Mm,
Ninth Wonder for sure, easily.
mm.
Um, he said it was a clip I saw him do. He's like, there's this thing I was doing where I did it was like 30 days of 30 beats, 30 by Thursday. And I was like this. Right? I was like, you're so dope. Like 30, I was like, no wonder, right? Like 30 beats a week, let's just say, right? That's 5 to 6 beats a day,
Sir.
roughly.
5 beats in a day. What is it? 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different word, like 3 summers.
Yeah, hey, Kanye too, man.
I deserve to do these numbers.
I like
Because if you got 30 by Thursday, if you did another 5 more, hold up, 30 by Thursday, that's more than 5 beats a day for 3 summers.
yeah.
Because
Yep.
you got 30 by Thursday, you eclipse Kanye.
Right. But if I did 3 summers, I mean,
Three
I don't know.
seasons.
If I could do that.
3 seasons.
I don't know if I could do that. So I mean, so doing 30 beats in a week, that's if I did a full month of that, it's 120 beats, right? 120 beats for 1 month. I know people bragging like, oh, I do 8 beats a day. But they're trash. Let's be real. Trash. Half the beats you're gonna put out is trash. So um yeah, at me. I'm NappooBeats.
It's at the top.
At me, yo. I want all the smoke. Hey,
He said, "At me." He said, "Yeah, I said it."
I'll listen. If I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong, but I'm not saying when I do it. So I'm going to do it. I'm setting up to do it. So
You gonna
I,
do it?
I'm going to do it. Yeah. Yes.
Go.
I'm going to do it. It's on here. I have to do it. There's no going back.
Let's go. The point of no return.
Point of no return. I'm gonna return, but I'm gonna have fucking muscles, bro. Like freaking straight up beat muscles. Like
Leveled up.
everything. Yeah, leveled up, man.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Yeah, this is the real hyperbolic time, the Nappoo time chamber. I'm going in. It's time, man. I haven't been using my 2 times a year. This is gonna be one of them. I'm gonna try to I'm not try, but I'm gonna do it. But if I'm able to get the momentum to do it for another week, I will do it. But I'm gonna start off with after. Yeah, if I can get to that month doing the same thing, I'll try to keep that momentum with that. And if I get burnt, I get burnt. Whatever.
Gonna learn so much though because of how many times you're doing the experience. Have you seen Hannibal Buress in Germany or some shit, Lindenberg or some shit like that? It's on Netflix.
No, I haven't watched it. I've seen one, but maybe once. I think I fell asleep. It was one of those things where you put it in the background. But no, I haven't looked. I haven't listened.
You should watch that shit.
Watch.
You're gonna get inspired because it's like the Knife Wonder shit. You're gonna watch how, because you even talked about this experience, and I know I've had it on my fucking cook-up session where you've done it so much, right? And it's just like you wanna do something different, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
So
like,
different.
and so the fucking, I think it's Scotland, Lindbergh, or New Zealand. It's some kind of shit. But Hannibal Buress goes out there and there's like this comedy circuit, and they do the same show for 30 days.
Dang.
30 days. And so he goes out there, he's in a like little rundown, little Airbnb kind of situation. And like they're watching and documenting his whole experience of like doing the show. He records himself in his pocket on the recorder, and he listens to every show back. He listens to where the laughs are, where it wasn't, where he was, all that. And so while he's doing it, I think it was probably like day 15, day 13. He was like, I want to do something else. Like you could tell like he's going crazy for doing it. But when he gets out of the experience, it's something that we all gonna learn from, just like well, how you finna teach all us.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a what's it called? Even well, from what I learned from the 40 days of beats, 40, 45 days of beats, it's like it definitely takes a toll on you, like, right? Because you have to do something every day and you have your other like life responsibilities or whatever, you know what I mean? Like for me, I have a family and we all have work, we all have to do something, to support ourselves and stuff. And just plain old you getting in your way of yourself, like, oh, I don't want to do this no more. Why did I say I was gonna do it? And then
This ain't even good enough. Am I doing anything that's worth it? I don't feel nothing. This is working. None of it's making an impact. Yeah.
yeah, none of this making an impact is the worst thing. Yeah, it takes forever. But yeah, same stuff. Like you're not gonna want it. But it teaches you that number one, put your shit out. Number two, just you gotta go through it. You just gotta do it. Don't get in your way. It teaches you how to get out of your way physically. Rather, how you're reading the book, like get out of your own way kind of thing. This is actually implementing what they're saying.
Great.
Right? So you learn how to get out of your own way, and you do it enough time to create a habit about it, right? Because it's 30 days, 40 days. How long does it say for a habit to be?
What they say, 21 days.
21 days. So you're over there. You're good 9 days above that or whatever for 30 days. Yeah, you just get used to it. You get what's called you start getting a formula. You start getting a template in your head. So that's why I figured I did all this stuff. This is what I need to do to set up for that, because this is gonna be work intensive. I'm a stay at home dad during the day. Like if I do this for a week, I'm gonna sacrifice a lot of shit just for me to go here, and I got to be able to work fast. I got to make beats in like 20 minutes, 25 minutes at least. Something. Yeah, I have to make 5-6 beats a day. It's gonna be easier for me to do it on the weekend. Oh, and another trick, if you are gonna do this, if anybody else is gonna do it, if they hear this right now, is flipping the same sample. Flipping the same sample. So I think every day for that week, I'll pick 7 samples, flip it 5 ways, 5-6 times. Yeah. So that's where I'm gonna be like, and then different genres maybe, and different tempos of the same genre maybe. So let's say trap, 2 different tempos of trap, maybe an R&B one, 2 different rap, hip hop, like hip hop, boom bap, and then maybe one experimental one where I'm just like fucking around. That won't take a little longer. And they're all gonna be, they're gonna make these beats maybe about a minute and a half, 2 minutes long. They don't have to be no freaking Earth, Wind, and Fire 15-minute long.
For real. In the world, there's a place.
That's a good song, man. I don't know the word, but I know a song.
that shit ain't good. Dude, tell me when it start off. You just know you about to get into some shit. Like,
No, no. You're right there. Yeah, you're right there. Like, yeah, taking you on a journey. But yeah, so that's my big thing that I'm working on. And I want to do it in the next 2 weeks or so. I want to do it in the next 2 weeks. I'll definitely let you guys know. I'll let you know. I'm not going to document. I might document it. I might not. You'll see it on my beat stars for sure.
let's go.
If you get 30 beats added on beat stars or 120 beats when that whole shit happens, then there's going to be a lot more. So, and just right before we got on the podcast, I was showing Boris, showing Tim over here, freaking my old shit from 2016, and a lot of them, I think they were good. They were good. I like them.
A lot of them, and I'm speaking as the outsider. He made the beats. A lot of them, and this is what I was saying last time. It's like, fuck, you see your clues in who you were becoming, right? A lot of them, all it needed was extra TLC, in my opinion. They just got abandoned. But like artists never finished. But like if you really went back and like just took some Q-tips, and daughter.
Hey, some Q-tips. Yeah, clean it up. Maybe a little oil.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, a little stain a little bit. Might put a little gloss.
For real though. Because like it'd be different if it was a bad bass. Like this is so I watch a lot of Timbaland on Twitch, you know, and that helped my ear because when you see how long he goes into the song and it's like all the little different ways for him to say no, come on, man, like he's a little Boosie or throw him off the ship, like depending on, and then Eugene, stupid. Eugene is for the people who make like R&B tracks, but they're really not good, and they just like they cupcake it. That he called those Eugene because when they come in and you know it's like it's really not a good arranged R&B track, but he just cut it off. Eugene, and then the chat too. Eugene.
Everybody puts that Eugene too.
Yeah. So then when he came back from New Year's, he was like, "Oh nah, man, I thought y'all was gonna come back into the 2021 with better beats. Like I be telling y'all to get on y'all shit." He was like, "Y'all got these no vaccine." So they cut it off. Come on, no vaccine. No vaccine beats. It was like these fools got Corona beats, COVID beats. Man, he cut off the stream the other day because he got so mad. He said, "Man." Then he came back on later, but he cut it off. He was like, "Man, I'm tired of this shit." And it was like, "Roll out and just put it on there." Everybody's like, "What?" He just like cut it off. So then he come back like 3 minutes later and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna give y'all a proper sign off." But I'm just saying, like, dude, I can't be searching through 50 beats just to get one. Yeah, you know. And he's like, if I want to create, this shit throw my whole vibe off. If I'm just hearing, and it's like he trying to get motherfuckers to understand, and people be in the chat too, like. Y'all be forgetting, like, this is a legend. This is like actually Timbaland. You know what I'm saying? So don't be sending your fucking 1998 beat that you just created, my first song saved in GarageBand. Don't send that shit to him. You know what I'm saying? If you hear the quality of what we're hearing, you should already know, like, I shouldn't send that. Like, because I had to face it myself. I sent him my two beats, and for anybody that's tapped in, y'all know what the songs is when I say them. But it was Just Like Magic.
Did you listen to him?
Huh?
Did you listen to him yet?
I still gotta wait. It's a rotation.
Okay. Do they notify you when you listen to
They
him?
only notify you that they only notify you in the Discord that his stream is live, and then they put up a PDF to show like what they gonna possibly play, because like where you at in the list.
Okay.
And the list gets updated.
So it's not a guarantee that your track's gonna be played either.
It's not a guarantee that I'm gonna see when it's gonna get played, but it's a guarantee that it's gonna play. It might only get played for 3 seconds. If he hears the ding ding dong, oh nah, dog. And I'm like, damn nigga, don't play me. Yeah, nigga, this shit go. I think it goes. Like and then I put I dare you to do better. But instead of, because I got a whole intro, I got like going through a train section. They're talking in Japanese, but I put it in backwards. I got this whole little section, and then I drop it into that to like bring you like dream state to that. But then I'm like, nah, if I know I'm submitting it for this, so once again, if anybody watching this, know who you submitted it to. If I send him Summertime Happiness, I couldn't send him Summertime Happiness because he won't even get to the Fu My Mighty Wanda part.
Oh yeah, no.
You know? So if I was to send him that, I would have to cut it just at the part where he finished smoking and then waking up, and then he'll be like, "Ooh, what's going on?" And then it's he was like, "That song." I'm like, "Nigga, that's the part 2 of one song." What? Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Hey man, man. Makes me think about that a lot too. Like getting him in the first 3 seconds. It's hard. That's barely like 2 bars.
Yeah. Well, he said 10 seconds. Because they was debating 30 seconds. Zayd, the assistant dude, said, he was like, "Yeah, I played a beat for like 30 seconds." And then Tim came, "Nah, man, 30 seconds too long." He's like, "Sure. Most people, you only gonna get 10. And if certain tracks, if it really got a bill like that, you might get 12. But other than that, they cutting that shit off. Because if you're sitting in the studio with your favorite artist and you're playing them beats, you really think you're gonna play them these beats that y'all motherfuckers is playing right now? Real shit.
That's true.
Would you rather hear it from me telling you, "Come on, man, like don't even disrespect my ears right now"? Or would you rather hear from your favorite artist that you look up to? You really gonna get crushed. Like, nigga, you really played me these beats, nigga? Like
that's gonna change my whole way of making beats now. I mean, it's not like I haven't been doing like huge buildups in the beginning. Like I think the better parts are in the first 10 seconds, I think. Because you would just if it was that type of beat, like that you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like one of those,
yeah,
or one of those where you like this. I could see Timbaland doing something like this, like figuring it out in his head, and then it just clicks, right? Or it's either one of those or one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
So you gotta hit him with that shock.
Because
it's so smooth, it's just like, dang. Like,
and see what it is too. Because now that you're saying that with the body language and what I'm noticing, it's just like how you showing that facial expression of the beginning and then the drawback.
Yeah.
Because that's what he keeps saying. He says sound selection matters, man. He like the sonics is what's going to intrigue. He said if you're using the same sounds as everybody else, it's going to sound like everybody else. And you really don't give a fuck. This sounds like everybody else. When you hear the you like, oh, Lex Luger kick.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm using full on samples like that without flipping it. Like, come on. Like
he said some people take it and just take it straight from Splice and put it in the thing. I like that. I was doing that at the beginning. I ain't gonna lie. Now I manipulate my sounds. You know what I mean? I'm a LFO it. I'm a EQ it. I'm a M rhythmize it. Y'all been hearing all the stuff I talk about doing it. So it's still gonna have the same vibe. It's gonna have the same keys, like the key signatures, what key it's in, but the way it's getting played is different. So at least it makes sense.
But with the in rhythmizer, I don't mean to cut you off, but with the in rhythmizer, what does that actually do? Like I hear you talking about it, but I don't know what it actually does.
So all it's doing is taking the audio signal from a given region and you're putting this plug-in on your software instrument on that region, and it will chop up the notes. It's kind of like arpeggiating without arpeggiating. See, an arpeggiator will take each note that's being played and play the chords of it and break them up, make them broken chords. But in an M rhythmizer, you're taking the audio clip or whatever it is and you're breaking it up in patterns based off of the pattern thing that's in M rhythmizer. So they got things to where you can just raise or lower the key. They got it to where you can speed up and lower the tempo. They got halftime and double time in there too. But the main part that I use is the complex and simple patterns that they have, because the complex and simple patterns is just like a LFO preset in a sense, to where you'll take a man, you can't hear none of that I'm playing.
I can hear you.
Nah, but like if I hear it play right here.
Oh, you mean like
I hear something in my ear.
I don't hear it.
But if I do this, then you can hear it. $60, that's not bad. Is it coming through?
Oh, sorry, a little bit. I can't hear it. Yes. I can hear it there.
Right. So that.
No. That part.
Yeah. It's like it's a whole nother kind of sample.
So it's like an arpeggiator then.
So look, you hear our sample? Versus like with all the what's it called off this shit? What do you call this thing? With all the plugins off? Yeah. That's the original.
Oh, okay. That sounds dope. But then the other one, and you put it on, it just breaks it up and then puts it in different patterns, but in the same key.
Halftime, I put a LFO, I EQ'd it, rhythmized it, and then I compressed it. And so instead of that, it's now. So you don't ever get the high range frequencies that it really has in the original. So if we both jack this off splice, my stuff don't sound like yours, your stuff don't sound like mine. Because if I just put that in there, then we both sound the same.
Right. But you can change it to where it hits the higher notes, right?
I could change it. But I was just feeling this groove after I made it. I'm like,
okay. Oh, but you're able to manipulate it though if you wanted to go the higher. Oh, okay, cool. Dang. That sounds cool.
But you see how it's breaking it up versus what it was?
Yeah. Yes. That sounds dope.
So it's and once again, shout out to Illmind, where Jim from. Because when I was watching Illmind cook up on Twitch, he was like, "Oh, about to use Rhythmizer." He was like, "This is cheat code, guys. Rhythmizer, Latin percussion. I ended up getting. So when you make your Latin tracks, instead of trying to figure out what Latin drum patterns you can make, like it's a whole little drum instrument made by Audio Thing, to where you got all the sounds like congas, maracas, all the sounds already there, and then it's kind of like a step sequencer, like any 16-step sequencer that you click in the stuff like off Fruity Loops, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Dang.
But Rhythmizer is one of my fastest ways for me to manipulate a sample. So because we was talking about how people don't take they take the sample off Splice or wherever they take it from and don't manipulate it. So it's like, yeah, you can go get this IC280 kit off of Splice, but you ain't flipping it like I flipped it. You probably just gonna take it and play that regular thing like you played it, but mine is different, and that's why it's a drum and bass track. Because then you never know, somebody could take that and put it in something else and make it R&B.
That's true. I like manipulating samples more, even if it's like a soul sample or something like that, right? I like reversing it or instead of taking the 8 bars and chopping it into 16 pads, sometimes I like doing the 4 bars and chopping it into 16 pads, so it's short. That makes for a higher energy type beat, type sampling. Because you can play it fast, or you could play it like you'll get like different tones and stuff. So when I sample, I'll get the different tones in each different pad. So I'll skip like 5 pads, 6, just to hear how they play together. And then you won't even know that I sampled that. Like I just took bits and pieces of the song, and then it just sounds like,
that's what I'm saying,
like that kind of thing.
That's the best thing. Because when I was watching Clint's live the other day, he was like, they asked him like, what do you think about like the sample libraries and stuff? And he was like, yeah, I don't use Splice. Like, because he just doesn't want the headache of submitting to a music supervisor, and then you gotta worry about you and somebody else use the same sample, and then who really owns it, or who should get the royalty pay for the placement. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got to run down that anyway, or if you manipulate the sample to where nobody's gonna do it the way that you would do it, where it's unrecognizable. That's what he said. He said, just make sure it's as unrecognizable as possible.
Oh, some of them I sample like they're recognizable. Like that Joyce Rice remix. It was a straight sample. I chopped it. I mean, I chopped it. It was played in the same way. I think I just pitched it down or something like that.
But it's for the purpose though. The Joyce Rice sample purpose wasn't for it to get placed in TV and film.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like for the purpose of copywriting music and submitting it to where you're the exclusive rights holder of this song, you just do it different. But for what you're talking about doing, yeah, nah.
Yeah, true.
But we just talk about that where you said like when niggas take the sample and don't flip it.
Yeah, I'm one of them sometimes. You know?
But that's what I'm saying in the beginning when I started out. That's why I showed you my example because I wouldn't have did this back then. Like I made this remix for Vendetta. You know who the people from Vendetta is? But Jessica know them people, right? Vendetta.
Clothing line? Is it a clothing line?
Nah, they like a music production group. It's like 3 cats.
Oh my bad.
That's funny. Yeah, but anyway, I made a remix. They got this song called Crazy, and I made the remix to it for a part of a competition, remix competition. It's on my SoundCloud still. And like I was most proud of it because I was getting better in mixing. Like I had just released a Flume remix where that was like my best mix, where I had the bass sitting in pocket, the vocals was in pocket. I put delays and reverb. Like that was my first time figuring it out for real, you know? So then when I follow it up with Vendatta's remix, my remix of Vendatta's track Crazy, I took my dubstep knowledge and I flipped it in the beginning. And then like when I wanted to do the key change and all that, I grabbed me a loop from Logic and just put it, just slapped it in there, just slapped another one in there, and like put my own drums and stuff. And so like you get to that part in the song and it's like, yeah, it's different. Like if you're a producer, you know, like, this nigga just on here, he just does fucking loops right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Logic loops, not even splice.
Logic loops. I hear a lot of the splice, not to put you on blast, but I hear your splice samples. I hear them on some of the beats that you're doing. I got the same one. I'm like, hey, that's the same one I got. I be doing that.
Dude.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I mean I guess that's the disadvantage of not being able to play your own stuff. So.
Yes. Which is so my big shit is he pointed out with all the classes. That's a part of my big shit. He wants to go in with 120 beats a month. I just want to go in with being a multiple instrumentalist because if I can, then I can sample myself. And I ain't because that time where I released Just Like Magic.
I'll buy your pack.
Hey.
I'll sample the shit out your pack, bro.
Let's go. Let's go.
And then we both get royalty.
You already know. Let's go. You know, I got the melody pack, you got the drum kit pack, and we out here.
Yeah. Oh, man, I gotta get that done, bro.
Man, I'm in the same boat. But yeah.
You know what I would say? Get an unreleased track. I was thinking about this. Get an unreleased track with all your layers. And just take that out. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel I need to just comb through the library and do that though. Yeah. Because when I was telling you last time, you was like, oh man, if you're gonna make 10 loops or something like that, then each loop that you make, you change the key and make those another 10 loops out of those things. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, shit. I just combed all these damn shits that I know I'm not gonna release. Then they still got a use.
They do, yeah. And they're not bad. You know what I mean? They're good. They're just unfinished ideas or
need extra TLC.
Yeah, like Q-Tip. Hey, I played this beat for Schnee. This was on one of the things. Remember this?
Yeah.
Yeah? I played you this?
Played this for me. I don't know where. You played this for me though. I don't know where.
You know what? It was a submission for one of the what's it called? You had a placement, and he said, "Hey, do you think you'd be able to do this for a placement?" And I made one. I sent it to you, and he said it was too late to place.
Damn.
Like the
That
place.
was probably when I was with Taxi. See, that's probably why we met up at the doghouse. That all makes sense now. Because I was in Van Nuys when I was doing submissions for placements. And I
Yeah,
was
I
just
think
gonna
it
put
was
you on the
then.
collab. I was just gonna put you on the collab. That's funny. I reached out to you. See, look at that, because you was already making music, and I knew somebody. Oh, hey, look at that. I was trying to, because I'm sitting there listening to it like, hold up, nigga. Why does it feel like I heard this before though? Yeah,
Crazy,
yeah.
crazy.
I had paid the $300 to be with Taxi. It's $300 a year with Taxi. They are a middleman to music licensing and sync for to TV and film. Go ahead.
Tax. No, that's just crazy. That's crazy, man. No, taxi. How
Yeah,
much? How much did you say it was
three
to get?
hundred a year. I remember when I swiped that card that first time for that 300 and watched that 299.99 go out. And I'm like, man, I guess I'm serious about it. You want to be serious about spending some money. So then so then you start getting all these emails, right? It's kind of similar to the acting game. You get all these emails, and then they'll say, hey, we need a cue for something like this. And then the description would be very minimal, right? It'd be like, all right, we want something video game sounding. I really want to know what I sent you to make you make that, right? And
Creative
then boom.
friendly. Yeah, it was something like a happy type, like going out or something like that.
Saying,
But Shanae said she wants me to upload this to TikTok because it sounds like a hamster. She said it sounds like hamsters,
because you go, and I'm like, hold up,
like
what's that?
like happy hamsters or something like that.
Dude,
Like
that could be your baby shark.
yeah. She's like, I want this for because she said it sounds cutesy, like
See?
Japanese, like kawaii type thing.
See? And like I said, everything got a use for it when you really think about it. Because there's a niche in every market.
There is. I'm down to do that. That'd be cool.
Why
I want
not?
to see
Imagine if
hot
that's
ass
your TikTok track
hot
that
ass
went off.
Japanese girls and shit just out there looking all like, ooh.
Yeah.
It's Chun Li and shit.
She was the first person we used to see doing the whole 2 piece side stuff. Like, God
Yeah.
dog, spinning bird kick, man.
Oof. Hey, on the pause though.
You stop it.
Am I the only one?
You ain't the only one. Niggas still do that today. Like what they do. There's this dude I watch, Sheehan. Sheehan is from Singapore. And he'd be like, oh guys, I want to show you something. And he'll do the move, but he'll keep pausing it. So it'll be in slow motion. I'm like, you stupid.
Hey, look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, yeah. Dudes still do that, man. We dudes regardless. But yeah, that's cool that I was including you in that submission.
Yeah,
I'm tripping.
man.
I'm tripping off that concept of it because I remember when I first started doing it, I was under the impression I needed to copyright every single song. So I made my first batch, and this is under my
Personally,
SoundCloud. Huh?
your personal, like personal
Yeah,
name.
like Timothy Greathouse
Yeah.
SoundCloud. I got 3 tracks on there because these are 3 copywritten tracks, $65 that I paid to copyright gov or whatever the fuck. And the submission for the cue, the description was they wanted something in the field of trippy hip hop, like trip hop they called it, and it needed to
Yeah,
be
trip
in
hop.
the frequency wheelhouse of stuff like Massive Attack and the other dudes who got like Paradisco or something, but all them fools. It's like 3. You ever watch House?
I didn't watch House. No,
Dang, that's funny. Well, anyway, on the beginning of the House,
I
they had
apologize.
this song that started off. It was like ding dong ding dong 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 dong, and boom 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 boom. It's one of them atmospheric kind of tracks though.
Yeah. Okay. I
Um,
think I get what you're saying.
by like Blackmail. It's Blackmail, um, Massive Attack, and somebody else where they make those trippy hop tracks. So if you look up Timothy Greathouse SoundCloud, you'll see those 3 tracks that I submitted to them to get placed in the thing. Now, they only like 1 out of the 3, and they submitted it. They passed it on, but then it didn't get placed. I was like, oh, okay.
Is
But
Taxi is that still around?
Taxi's still around. Clint, who we just ran into, Clint talks about Taxi in one of his YouTube videos, as far as like the benefit of being with Taxi or not. You know what I mean? Because it's perspective. Like when I ran across it, that was back when Taxi had they deal with disc makers, I think it was called. You can get all your CDs pressed up. Because I was, man, 2015, I was just about to go all in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Taxi's still around. But the part that I felt, I went through that first year, right? Because you watch all the testimonials, you get all the emails, you're seeing other people, oh, I got placed and this is what I did and all this. You would be looking at every single piece of information.
Everybody.
Yeah, and then you don't get no placements in your first year doing stuff. Now, obviously, 2015, y'all heard my beats from then. it's some stuff not everything. If y'all go hear that 3-track on my real SoundCloud, oh my God. If y'all hear those, you're gonna be like, you made these. I'm like, hey man, they said they want something trip hop. Let's imagine if you
ain't more trippy than this.
Hey, this is trippy hip hop. Like feel scary and ominous. And that was what's funny because Macaroni went on my original thing and said, ooh, let me get this one. And then I never responded. I'm thinking about it. I should just send it to him off rip, like, yeah, man, that is. Because you know he can take that ominous stuff and just flip it into something all over.
He does some crazy shit, man.
That fool, man. So then, after I didn't get no placements, I'm coming up to the next year like, dang, do I really want to swipe this $300 a year again? I spent $300 to get the opportunity to submit to stuff, to get an opportunity for a placement. So there was 2 opportunities. And I'm like, well, how can I cut out the middleman opportunity to the other part of the opportunity? Started looking up libraries myself. Like, well, I'd rather just try to submit this way because it's better. Like I found this one called like Hit Something. It was like something road or something. Submit to TV and film, but like each time you submit it's like $15 or something like that, 10 or $15. But the first time when you join, they give you 15 or $30 for free, or $45 for free. So you get to submit like 3 things the first 3 times for free, and then pay the $15 each time you want to submit something. But I'm like, if I'm only gonna pay $15 for submitting something, versus I paid $300 for a whole year and I only submitted 3 things, you know what I mean? I'm just looking at it like DistroKid all over again.
That's true. Because I kind of want to get into it a little bit because why not? You know, like when I get a placement, I can get a placement, and I mean I would have to do it without Spice, but I think I could do it. Hey, what was weird when I was looking through my old stuff, I found this here. I'll play this real quick. Let me well, tell me what you think about this. Hold on. Let me go to the mix window. Not this one. Turn down the master a little bit. Let me know if it's too loud. We good?
Nope, straight. See?
I didn't know that I was doing this back. I didn't know I was doing this shit back then. Oh, it's gonna switch up right now. I had a vision in my head. I was making this for sure. We can't go there, Susan. Don't turn that way.
My mommy said don't talk to strangers.
This is murder mystery, thriller, crime.
Crime thriller for sure.
SVU, all that.
Yeah. I did not know I was doing that. Like, I mean, if I did, I forgot that I was doing stuff like just trying to do it just to try to do it.
Dude,
It's
if
just crazy
you
to see. Yeah, my mind was in a different place.
saying, but it's documented. Each track is a timestamp.
Yeah. And then I
And if
found
you combine that with the knowledge from Clint, like, because that track can go. Crime, thriller, mystery, detective, submission. The like music supervisor notes will be like something that starts out slow and ominous, but then picks up pace because something is about to occur. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was like going through the trunk and grabbing supplies, like that's the part where like you know that little thing like, hey, whoa, you gotta
it's
get a
like a
change.
yeah, it's like a mini jump, but it's not really. It's like a false jump scare kind of thing. Yeah, a blink, you're like, ugh,
So
something's
then
gonna
if
happen. I don't know when.
you give that a minute and a half or 2 minutes and then end with a stinger, perfect cue.
It ended with a stinger. I didn't. I just paused it because I felt like
that's why I was sitting there again. I was like,
yeah, I paused it. I was like, ah, but it ended with a like like it ended. And then I found this beat that I did.
like beating cheeks on there, man.
I think I was.
He said, yeah, you can put some 808 on there and then just chop up that high one. Man, you'd be like Chop Squad God right there.
I'm just saying, like, this is crazy. Like going through how many different types of beats I play, and those were all in the same like year.
Different types for real. Well,
Even that
that's that Gemini shit.
And I don't know, I was just doing it. I don't know, man.
Creative expression, raw creative expression.
Yeah.
I feel, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, just don't limit yourself. I think my ultimate message is.
I think so. Yeah, don't limit yourself. You can do it.
For real. Because it's like this. I feel you can sell the beats online. And then Clint on his thing, he just got that placement with the other dude. They made Italian hip hop. That was the thing. And the gem in that one was he got the thing and they said they wanted an Italian hip hop track to play over the shit. And he was like, well, fuck. How the fuck am I gonna make Italian hip hop? So then he just Googled and like YouTubing and seeing like what Italian hip hop sound like. As he's listening to what instruments they're choosing. Then when he went to go make his own, he used them same instruments and then just made his own version of that, but with them instruments. Clint, sent the drums and stuff and the 808 and the accordion to the dude who he collabed with, where he got on the placement. That dude is a multiple instrumentalist. He played drums and bass and keys and all that. And so they got the placement and they went on the live and he said, yeah, man. The dude on the thing was like, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I did forget about this one. So I'm glad for you to play it because I forgot about this track. And Clint's like, I know, man. He was like, dude, it took 3 years to get this place. No. Like, hold on, what? He said, yeah, man. He's like, he said, this is a long game. And everybody in the thing, they're like, oh, you gotta be patient. I'm like, damn, like 3 years. He said, yeah, that's why you gotta
have patience.
You gotta put them out and just let them fly free. And then if they come back with something to tell you, then cool. But otherwise, you're still working. Just you 30 before Thursday. And hopefully some of them in them 30 gonna do something. But otherwise, you just got another Thursday to come up and another 30 gonna be there. So something gonna happen.
Right. Something's out there. I mean, if there's enough content, somebody's gonna catch hold of it.
And there's enough in you.
Yeah, I feel like I got like limitless. Like this type of thing is just, even if you try to do the same thing twice, it ain't gonna come out the same.
Never.
It's not, never.
Never. I've tried. I've tried, even with the same template, and it still won't.
Yeah. I mean, look at pop records, right? It's all the same chord progressions,
But it's different songs.
but all of them are different. They all sound different for whatever. That's crazy too.
I know. To use the same chord progression and the song sounds different, yeah, that's a trip. Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, man. I'm just out here. I really wish, like as you say, he was like, "Oh, if anybody's doing the challenge with me," and I'm like, "Man, I wish I could, but I know I can't." I'm like, once again, know yourself, know your worth, nigga.
No, I get you. You're the type. You're a different type than I am, for sure. Different types, but
But common ground.
yeah, common ground. Same type of common ground. Yeah, or different types of common ground. We're both producers and make
Yeah.
engineers. All
Let's
that.
go. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sound designers.
Sound design, and we sound design. I just sound designed right here with
You
the
did.
freaking thing, man.
What up? You got a sound design mic. Yeah, hit you with the double, man.
Thing I did to my brother. He's
Salute
like, "Oh,
yourself.
man, what you doing?" I told him, "Hey, shout out to you, bro." I was like, "Hey, man, salute to you for always being there. Hey, you hold me down, bro. I appreciate that."
He's like, man, who you been around, man?
Yeah,
That's
man,
a brother.
cool. I don't know what you're talking about. This is cool.
He's like, man, hey, I just adopted this, homie. I told him I was gonna take it too.
Yeah, oh man, because saluting people is cool, man. It just
Yeah,
it hits a certain
you
way.
don't it do because you ain't
The double though, the doubles where it's
man.
not just like this. Oh man, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, because you was getting it from both sides, right?
Yeah.
Man, I really hope it's gonna work, man. I really did pay $100 for that vocal line, man. Paid $100, and I hope it worked. And I've been so scared to do it because I don't want it to not work, and I'll be like, "Oh, I spent this $100 because it worked."
Investment on Vocal Line's a very good plugin,
But
regardless
that's what
if
I'm
it
saying. I'm like, where else would I be using it unless I'm singing? Am I gonna really go back and start singing?
can mix. Can mix you can use it to tighten up. You Vocal Line to tighten up like on point if you want to tighten up certain things. Because you know if things are just a little bit off, it won't hit as hard. Vocal Line will put it right on it and make
I'm
it hit.
still trying
Boom.
to find what is that? Like unless I'm copying a pattern. Maybe I copy a pattern, I copy a MIDI pattern to another track, print those, and then the two prints, and then vocal line no prints.
With the MIDI, it doesn't matter. Yeah, with the MIDI because it's MIDI.
Yeah.
But if you're using audio tracks, like actual audio,
That's the only thing I see it for. Is like the main, and that's the main thing is like, since that one little MP4 is on a loop, I got that MP4 audio.
Right. So you want to cancel that out.
And I got the full podcast audio. And I just want to go, hey, full podcast audio, this is looping every whatever. So since this is looping every whatever, let me take this loop and line it up where the loop is. Since it's looping forever at the same point, let me invert the phase and hopefully cancel out these frequencies and then loop it throughout the whole podcast so it can get canceled throughout the podcast. And then hopefully we can hear ourselves. But it sounds easy. The more I think about it, the better I'm able to explain it. But I'm still scared to do it because it's a
lot of content.
It's 8 gigs. That file is called, I call it a macaroni interview, and it's my Logic. That file is 8 gigs, just chilling of audio, and I'm like, it just made me feel that's my biggest Logic file right now. You know what I mean? And it just feels like because you know how long that timeline is.
Can you send me a clip?
Yeah.
Like, send me a clip of it. I want to try something.
Yeah.
If I find a way to do it, I will definitely let you know. Just send me like a good send me the same track that you said to flip to flip phase, like that same track you said.
Send you the MP4 and then send you a clip of the interview. Got you.
Does the MP4, is that an instrumental or is it his actual song?
It's his actual song.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. If you can send me both of those, just like the full length of both, and then the full length of the song, and then
a clip of the podcast. Just
enough
to where I'm gonna give you like I'm gonna give you a clip to where it's like at least 3 or 4 loops of the original song.
Yeah. Or just do one. Just do one.
One loop, okay.
One loop of the original song,
and then the original. Boom, boom.
Yeah, please,
Gotcha.
please. I want to try something, and if it works. But if it doesn't work, yeah, no, it should work because it has his vocals on it, right? That original his song, it has his vocals.
That's what I'm saying. So it should be an exact copy, like it's an exact, because all it is that MP4 is looping throughout the whole on all 4 channels of the audio. But then we can go in and take that same thing that's looping and put it on its own track. And since it's looping throughout the whole fucking, how long was that? 4-hour damn interview, damn shit. Fuck, man, it's so irritating.
Bro, dang.
If we can just cancel it out in one, then we can cancel it out in all. So hopefully, man. I felt so bad.
It
was so many gems undiscovered. Cause like, I really feel like I wanted to, like, I was like, I don't put all, and this is where when you talk about doing stuff big, I feel like, so now that I could prove, you know, just chucking away at one piece of content per day is going to obviously just get you followers. So I got more followers on my artist account than my personal. And I don't like it, but I'm still getting followers on my personal account now. Like, I'm like, I haven't posted since June. Why y'all motherfuckers still follow me on here? I haven't posted since June, but I still post every day as a story on here every day. So it does something. I don't know what it does, but people still follow because those people that follow don't even be looking at the stories. So I don't know what they're looking at. If I'm not making posts and you're not looking at the stories that's getting posted every day, why follow a account that ain't posted since June of 2020?
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. But yeah, I want to make more producer thought posts. And the thing is what else should we post? Like, I feel I just don't want to do it because it just sounds like a daunting task. But I feel we got to go back to like episode 2 because I think that's probably where the audio was cool. Episode 2 or 3. Episode 1 kind of you got to rap on the audio.
Yeah, that was a tester for sure. And even in episode 2 and 3, like I wasn't even using a mic. I was using a mic for the freaking.
Yeah, from the webcam. So maybe from like episode 4 on, like go through and get the gems, and then get all them gems, and then make them. Hey,
a dirty shirt, baby.
Hi.
One touch there. Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you guys go play. Oh, the dog in here too. I'm not carrying you. You're gonna make me cough.
You allergic to the dog hair?
Dander. So they say it's not the hair; it's just what they produce. I don't know.
That's deep, man. Shout out to you, brother.
Go through all this shit.
Yeah, for real, man. You can go through. But yeah, dude. I just want to make more posts on producer thoughts because it's at 46 followers, and I feel like by mid of this year, like if I do what I'm planning to do with the Boris Oracles things, where like, you know how I made the George Duke video, the little interview about George Duke in the beginning, then my little perspective at the end, and then promote a song. Right. Like if we did, because there's multiple clips, like them little clips that I'll be doing, it'd just be something to at least get up, you know? But like I want it to be right, you know, with the caption, so then people know what you're going to say, because then they're waiting for you to say it. They see the caption and be like, where you're talking about how your beats hit different when you go back and make the stuff you know how to make. Like I put that post up from episode 18. Just happened. It just came out today, y'all. 10 a.m. PST, episode 18. This is 19. Gonna drop next Saturday. But anyway, if I went through and make that post on what you were saying, like I would want it to be clean on producer thoughts. Like it'll come out, make it a 1080 by 1920 IGTV. Vertical. It'll have us.
That's the size.
Yeah. Because you're instead of, you know, when you turn your phone sideways, this is 1080p. This is 1920 by 1080. But when it's vertical, this is still 1920. But now this is 1080.
Oh, true.
So when you put it in there, like if you watch the Kato interviews, like he just interviewed his homie Z from DJ Booth, and he was talking about like how to reach people through DMs and all that kind of shit. When Kato puts up his IGTV, it'll have him in the middle, even though it was an IGTV video where it was him on the top and on the bottom. He'll crop that out and put them side by side, and then he'll put an overlay of like this, like there's a graphic, there's a GIF in his background of like a drawn on city or something, and it's moving vertically. So like as you're watching the video of them in the middle, you still got that movement that's taking place behind the video that's moving throughout the thing. So when he bounces that out in Final Cut Pro or wherever, whoever's bouncing it for him, it'll be 1080 by 1920 because now it's a vertical IGTV video. But every time when I put out cook-up sessions and they're going to be in IGTV, because they updated it after we started doing this for a while, you can get the full 1080p. So then I started putting it in full 1080p because then you just turn it sideways and click on the little square and it'll make it a full HD. So I started doing like that. But then I was noticing some people probably want to watch it that other way. Because when you do a horizontal, you don't get to make no caption. You're just going to show them whatever the video is. That's why I do my little black screen and white text over the shit. That's my silent movie, right? Like, at least you can get some of my thoughts. If I'm not going to do a voiceover, I'll put, y'all know this up. But when you do it vertical, now you got the shit you can put on the top, you can put the shit on the bottom, and then it's more branding.
True. Or you could just have the captioning on either video anyway, but you would have to do it yourself, right?
Yeah, the actual closed caption.
Yeah.
But like I like the quote thing because then you point out the quotation and it'll say like you said, like it hit different. You're better at that point. And when you, because I feel there's a difference. Like if you put closed caption, I think we just got to put closed caption regardless. I think we do. Because they said 90% of people look at the media without the audio on, and then they click it on. So if they read, you already look at it with the audio on? Off, right? So then
I gotta be quiet too sometimes. I'm just like, nah. And then sometimes you just hear your own voice in your head reading it, and you think that the audio's on, but it's not.
See? Yeah. So if you do closed captioning, the closed caption don't give you the predictability aspect. It just gives you what's going on as what's being said right now. But when you make it a little quote and make it all like typography with the font and everything, then the people are watching it with expectation of when is he going to say this part though. So then it's the enticement to watch it because it's like when you watch a closed caption, you don't know what you're going to say, but then you get to read what's being said. But when you got the quote, it's like, all right, I'm watching. And then if you got it at the end, it's like, I made you watch it to the end, bitch. Like,
exactly. Yeah, that's good. Get those views up too. If you're doing YouTube. That doesn't matter though. I mean, if you're doing
YouTube, you know. But yeah, dude, I just want to turn up it with the content distribution. I just want to I want to still be able to do, because that, like when you said the challenge, it's like the only reason why I don't want to do that challenge is I would condense everything. I would have to change up my whole style. I switched it up on last week and I did an hour. I timed myself. I stopped myself at an hour to see where I was at to get like a good gist. And then I went a little bit over, probably like 30, 40 minutes over. Tighten up loose ends. But I wanted to see how much I really got done in an hour, because I always felt pretty much the foundation was done in 40 minutes. And when I did it, it was like 8 minutes and 30 something seconds left of where the foundation of the beat was made. So I was like, I was pretty much right. 45, 50 minutes. The base is here. And then I'm like, yes, I'm going to get off. And then I sat there for another 30 minutes. Start
messing with stuff you was on. Hey, man, that's you, bro. You do that. You got it. You got it like that. You just be like, oh, all right. Wait a minute. Let me
try this.
Hold on.
And then it goes to something else. But at least I achieve the sonic goal that I'm trying to get. But if I took that, because I'm noticing, like when I go back and look at all the cook-up sessions I've released, it's dope to look at the consistency, to see every Monday, boom, there's a new thumbnail. And then that one week I messed up and I make the cover, the thumbnail, so it's a black screen. But a lot of people liked it. That's what's funny. I'm like, it don't got the cover to show you it's a cook-up session, but everybody liked the beat, huh?
It was different. The continuity was broken. You're like, oh, what's this? This is a special one. By the way, I didn't upload. I just found out I didn't upload my last job section.
It's Sunday. Oh, Friday. Was that the tired day? Was that the day when you was tired? That was 2 days ago, wasn't it?
No, the last one I had was since January 1st.
No, but I'm saying like
Oh, the tired day, yeah.
because I'm like I'm looking at why would you upload it, but that was the day that day when I seen you, man. He was like, man, I just walked away and I hit you on the thing. I'm like, I think that was that same day.
You know, listen to that. Hear that?
No,
Exactly.
that's what happened in that one episode.
Did it again. This is the one I just made.
Hey, there we go.
This is the beginning of it. It at least got some of the beginning, but I put too many plugins in it. I'm still gonna upload it though. It's not gonna have a thing on it though.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But this is it. It's called the Nick 1000. I made this on his birthday.
Who?
Dominic.
Oh.
Yeah, Dominic. I named it. I made it on his birthday.
I'm like, who's Nick?
Yeah. He used to say his name was a Nick when he was a baby. Say, what's your name? A Nick.
Ha, dig it.
Yeah, over there flipping the beat. Crazy, huh? That's crazy. I never actually. I don't listen to myself making beats. I do it at motion.
I was gonna say that today.
But I do have the memory of it.
Yeah, because you was there.
Yeah, because I was there. Yeah.
But you need to do it because you're watching it from a different perspective. Anytime you watch it, you're looking at it from third person versus first. And so you're always going to see something different because you didn't look at it that way the first time. You're going to remember it because you remember that you was there. Like, oh, yeah, I did do that. But I was watching Inky Johnson. And he was like, I watch all my speeches back because I want to break down the presentations or whatever. And he said one time he was getting some feedback from people, like the feedback cards on how all the speakers spoke. And he said he was there, all these other speakers was up there and stuff. And then he got one of the cards and he said, man, one of these comments stood out to me. And it said, I don't understand sometimes I don't understand if he's displaying anger or passion. And I was like, dang.
Anger or passion? What are you talking
about? So Inky Johnson is this dude who played football, and then in college, like he went in for a tackle and his whole right arm got paralyzed.
Oh shoot! Okay.
So he's been going at it from the speech. He's like a motivational speaker ever since to like show you how to get through shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like on when life deals you a hand that you wasn't expecting and still rising above and commitment, and he goes in. But when he's reading that comment and I'm reading the caption, he's like, sometimes I don't understand if he's speaking from passion or anger. And I was like, dang, because I made a post today. My post said, because man, I've been going through it. You see, I got the towel on. My post today said, it takes a different kind of mental agility to find peace in the midst of pain. Because I got an elephant in the room, and the elephant in the room is standing on my neck, nigga, and I still got to be, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So then I started thinking about that whole situation. It's like the reason why I was so frustrated in the beginning is that since I didn't do nothing to cause this, you like, dang, what did I do to deserve this? Right? You like, I'm just coming home from work. I was just an upstanding citizen. I was just, you know. And so when I tell people drive safe, I'm saying it from the standpoint of, nigga, you don't even have to be the one to do something fucked up for your life to just get fucked up. And you still gonna have to be the one to pick up the pieces. You're gonna have to be the one to deal with it. And the worst shit about all this shit is that you dealing with health shit and life is still happening. You still got bills. You still, all that shit don't stop. So then you're like, oh man, medical bills, all this shit build up. And then you still gotta like live life. And so I was just patting myself on the back. I'm like, damn, nigga. Kidney failure, all this kind of shit we did, leaky gut, fucked up bulging disc. And it's like, but Producer Thoughts was still published at 10 a.m. today. We're doing an episode right now. we're gonna have cook up sessions on Monday. And it's like, man, people look like, dang, like, and I try not to, because people don't want to just hear you complain, but at the same time, they need to know you're human. And like, when I'm documenting this, and I want some of my kids in the future, it's like, yeah, and I want y'all to know that your dad was dealing with all these health shit, and I still did it. So you motherfucking sneezing right now, shut the fuck up, like I was up here, that ain't shit, nigga. We did it hard. So. But yeah, like when you was like, oh man, you on TikTok, you on Twitch, you on Instagram, and I'm like, I just sat there and I thought about it, I'm like, and on YouTube, and I'm like, man, you're right, you're right.
Everywhere, man. You're everywhere, dude.
And I can still turn up. Like, that's just sprinkles, because we ain't, I ain't applying the same energy towards the Producer Thoughts Instagram. Because it will look and feel different. You will know how many times you'll be getting tagged throughout the day.
I know, man. Oh shoot, I was supposed to make the thing, and I totally forgot about it.
What thing?
What was I supposed to make? I was supposed to make something, like the login for something.
Oh, Bandcamp.
Let me do that shit right now. Damn, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I was supposed to do something. Look at that, fire me, bro. You can replace me now. It's crazy.
Bandcamp. Why you do that? We're gonna give a little short commercial to Penetrate. Penetrate is made by a company named Melaleuca, which is similar to Icy Hot and all that other shit that you put on for the sore moments where you want to heat them up and make them cold. Penetrate.
It's all natural? Is that why you got it?
Yeah, it's all natural. This is back when my brother went on this whole holistic thing. I was over there talking shit about him. Now I'm over here. Now I'm over here in the same boat.
Oh, that's funny, bro.
Oh man.
Oh shit. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. Sign up. Sign up as a fan, sign up as an artist, sign up as a label.
So
we doing it. Artist, right?
Producer Thoughts can be an artist. It could be a label.
Not a fan, right?
No, either artist or a label. It's two artists under the people.
That's true.
Is Producer Thoughts one artist, or is it a label with two artists on it?
We are two artists.
I don't know. Is when I look at the team.
For all your merch, direct payment on per release basis. Unified accounting and stats across all your artists, and a single fulfillment. What? This is to sell directly to your fans with total control over your music and pricing. Easy.
This is under the label one?
This is under artist. Artist is sell directly, and then labels if you have artists that you want to collect from. So you like
collect from. Give me my money. My money. I need cash. Yeah, because if the label one lets us connect, excuse me. If the label one lets us connect our individual band camps into one, then, but if not, then I guess just the other one. Then.
Oh, you know what? When I made a band camp and I received money from someone who,
shout out to your brother. Shout out to your brother. That was in the last episode.
Yeah, hell yeah. So when he donated, I should say, when he donated to me, he that money went to the same email that's supposed to be linked up to PayPal. So it says, "Oh, we're sending this one to PayPal directly to your email that you provided." Does Producer Thoughts have a PayPal?
Nah, we showed them couldn't create, but we can create one with that Gmail account though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I could do that.
Oh yeah.
This fool laughing at the password. Don't say nothing. But yeah,
I was laughing at the password. I was like, that's full. Like, damn, fool, what's up? That was cool. How to freeze and rhythmizer cable guys halftime.
Out here.
Yeah, man. What time are we at right now?
We at 1:58:58.
We went through a lot. It's a very intensive. What's it called? We went straight up music intensive.
Bow.
We were in there this episode. We wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
because we ain't playing.
Yeah, we ain't playing. This is the beginning of a new year. We gotta focus. We can joke around later. You know what I'm saying? We can still joke.
And
But
we still joke, but
we still joke. But yeah,
we joking with a purpose because we own purpose.
Purposeful. I'll just say I might order that MPK right now. That
Oh, 250. Hold up, real quick.
sounds. What's up? Got the Z Sound sponsoring. No, I'm just kidding. Z Sounds. Give me a 24 a month.
That's what I was going. That's what I was gonna go when I was get that mixer. I was gonna go through Z Sound. Oh shit, that shit is 252. That's funny. That's lined up. It was the Behringer 102B, Behringer 102B, 10 channel, 4 XLR inputs or whatever. But I just want to be able to take my sliders, my faders, and go, you know, like Batman of the 90s animated series.
Oh yeah. That's good. Heck yeah, dude. Man. Oh, let me sign in. I think because I purchased stuff from here before, they give you that 12 months if they don't offer it regularly. So I have a login for Z Sounds, right? But because I've purchased so many things from them, they give you that 12 months a lot, like that option, because sometimes it's 4 months,
4
months.
easy payments, 6 payments, 8, sometimes the 12. I think I bought 3 items from them, 2 items.
I got my Apollo Twin from them. I got my KRKs from them. I got the machine. I got my machine from them. Both machines, actually.
Dang.
I got my Dignity from them. No, I don't know. That's it. I think that's it.
I don't see nothing that I got from Z-Fans right here. That's the funny part. I get it.
Did you get anything from Z-Sounds?
Yeah, I did. I think I got 2 things. I remember making payments for a long ass time. The first thing was that damn $1,800 quad UAD satellite octo thing.
Oh, you got that from Z-Sounds?
Yeah. That's the, you know I wasn't pay $1,800 that shit out the gate. I could have bought an Apple certification.
No problem.
That thing is in a closet collecting dust, man. I don't even use that thing. Come on.
Why can't I log in? I don't remember my login for this spot. Gmail. What's my login? Tim, what's my login?
I don't know. Just don't say it because we on the air.
Hey, buy me something. No. I'm telling people, hey, yeah, listen, just buy me something. Oh, my ankle just popped right now. Oh, that hurt. Sorry. Damn, what the? All right, I'm gonna hit this forget your password. Sometimes I don't like to do that, but sometimes you got to.
Sometimes you got to. Had to do that shit the other day. My iTunes thing. Because I was trying to log in to see the damn certification thing. And then I couldn't bounce the episode because my libraries was out. Like I'll be in Final Cut Pro and then something will glitch out because there's not enough space on the hard drive, the 5 terabyte that I've been using. It ran out, the 5 terabyte ran out of space. And so, with all the episodes saved to that. So then when it glitches out, then you try to go open up something else, it'd be like, oh, it's still in use. And you're like, but you can't tell it to leave out. So you try to restart, blah, blah. Then I had to update it. New update, they got like new little algorithms for sharing stuff to social media or whatever. It's like some kind of Final Cut update. The icon just changed and everything with this update. But now it opens up my library every time.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see the black. By the way, sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. I see the black keys that you're talking about. It's the mini.
See what I'm talking about?
It's the mini. Is it the same thing?
My cousin got that. He just got it like probably 2-3 months ago.
It says mini MK3. I think it's a smaller one. The other one is bigger.
It's not 25 key? You say it's thicker?
It's like the actual size keys.
Yeah. How much is
These
that
are
one?
250, I think.
Hold up, the thing you looking at right now is 250.
The one that I want, yeah. 249. 249. They got 4 keys here. Got some things there. Yeah. It does the same stuff, but you know,
Yeah.
you want, yeah, I want larger keys, you know. And I think the mapping is better for it too. For like, say if I was in Logic or something, but then I
All
can
right. So
go.
then you got 3 classes.
Yeah, I sure do got 3 classes. Congrats, you qualify for a 12 payment plan, no credit. No, I want to change my thing. What is this? To create a new Z Sounds. You request assistance with your password for Z Sound. To create a new account, click this. If you feel you're getting this message in error, your password for a Z Sounds user account, but we don't show in this. It is my main. It's my main. What's it called? My main email name. Never mind. My bad. I just Z Sounds. Everybody, if you need to get up on Z Sounds, get on there. No credit issued. Like, you don't have to worry about credit. If you got shitty credit like me, then then you're able to, what's it called? You're able to go on here and just pay monthly. They trust you, and if they don't get it, they break your knees. So I'm limping. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not limping, but
Just for a small application fee.
let's see here. Oh shoot, they have a 49 key that's $3.99. And they
Extra
also have
150.
60. They got the 61 key for $4.99. But then they got the
Yeah. The difference is with the monthly payment.
right 31, 33, or 41. Oh, the other one has 12 months though, because it's over 3 something.
Mm-hmm.
The 249 is 8, which isn't bad because it's still at $31.13. That's not bad.
But you saying between 25 keys and 61 keys is a $13 difference though, in 4 more months.
$10 difference actually.
$10 difference in 4 more months.
In 4 more months. And you could still pay it off if you want to do that. Like, it's not even like it's $31. You know what I mean? One day you can
The
spend it.
other ones got the same pads and knobs at the top, or is expanded?
The 25 key has 4 MPK or 4 Akai pads. The 49 and the 61 have 16, looks like. Yeah, it has full 16 pads. Plus faders. So how many faders is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 faders. There's a full-on mixing thing on there. Wow. Have you seen these?
Only the black one.
Here,
25 key.
let me send these to you.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my bad. I already sent the thing. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, MPK 249. 240 Akai MPK 249. Don't tell me how to live.
That's what I'm saying. I put in MPK Akai on purpose, and they like, oh, MPH. Yeah, miles per hour. No, nigga.
What have you been spelling?
Yeah, miles per hour.
This is not bad, dude, for this 49 key.
That's what I'm looking at. It do got a full on mixing what's it called on there. Back in stock.
And it has a 16 things on there. That's what I'm saying. I might just use this for Logic. And it's already mapped. Man.
Full control of your DAW and software sense. Yeah, this is basically like having a what's the thing called? This is like when I look at these faders over here, because that's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, I go back to my mom crib, I can pick up that APC 40 and hook that to Logic, and those at least can be my favorite to do
Yeah.
this stuff. Because that's what this reminds me of, and it's still made by Akai, the Akai APC 40, and this is Akai MPK 49.
240. Yeah.
And these same faders look like the APC 40 I have. Especially that little the directional thing. I guess once you get one Akai thing, they all look the same, man.
Talking about the
up, down, left, right, the little D-pad looking thing.
Yeah. All the original the NPCs have those.
Yeah.
Damn, I had an
This is
NPC.
for Q.
What's that?
1000.
I had an NPC 500 and 1000.
You said you sold those, didn't you?
I returned the NPC 500 and I got the original machine, the first MK1. And then the 1000 I had just because I wanted it, just because it's a staple, just to have. But I ended up selling it for like $500-$600, something like that.
You wish you would have kept it, or you happy with the $500-$600 decision?
Nah, I'm glad I got rid of it. I wasn't gonna do nothing with that. Just have them for nostalgia. No, I'm good. I guess I could have learned how to use it, but I'm just too spoiled. I got spoiled by the machine. The standalones sometimes. I mean, the standalones now are way better, but from before you got that little screen and you're reading like green screen, like old school type. You know what I'm saying?
Text.
I see you, Dominic. What are you doing? You're over here sneaking. I see you. I hear you. I smell you. I think he left.
He said, "I see you." It's like, I feel the energy, man. Like, done.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I mean, the 21 though, the 21 has knobs though. Instead of
This got
faders.
knobs. There's knobs above the fader.
Oh, there's knobs too. The other one has faders, and the other one doesn't have faders. It has the knobs instead of the faders.
Hold up, the one you looking at is this one.
249.
Yeah, because the other ones is only 120. This one's
121.
$120.
Oh, you're talking about.
There's a mini MK3, and then there's a mini MK2, and then the one you're talking about getting is the mini MK PK 225. It's $250.
Yeah, MPK 225. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm on Z Sounds, and the other two at the top is $119. The Black Key one, and then the other one.
Yeah, those are the minis, like the Axiom, like our Axiom ones.
That's what that is. Okay.
I want those.
Dig it. Okay. Then
Yeah, that 20. Let me see. Let me check out the 25 real quick.
Yeah, it ain't no faders. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 pads. And the other one's got 16 pads. So the 249 versus the 225.
It's just it's a $2 difference.
Yeah, that sounds like a no-brainer to me, man.
But it's 12 months. It is a no-brainer. But I got to think about space too. Actually, I'm getting this thing that I'm putting on my table that lets me, because I don't have like a slide out thing for the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
So I have this thing that it's not a slide out, but it just places it underneath the table. And that'll free up some desk room for this MPK 24 or the 249. That's still $33 a month though, dude. Got a lot of shit I gotta pay for first.
Prioritize. Man, maximize the properties you got now, and prepare for the things you need. Because I seen a good quote. It was by Disney. It said,
I say,
right, exactly. Speaking of Disney, maybe these little quotes I could put under producer thoughts or something. I don't know, man. Help me with the content distribution. But I was gonna jack this and remix it from Disney and make it a producer thought mindset. He said, we don't make movies to make money. we make money so we can make more movies.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to make more money so I can make
Make more beats. We don't make music so we can make money. We make money so we can make more music because we've
Yeah.
been making music and we still ain't
And we
made no
still
money.
get money for it. So why are we doing it, right? Exactly.
Because when people give us money, it just goes towards more equipment. Look like you're doing now. That's
And this is money I don't even have yet.
That's what I'm saying. We're gonna do that regardless. That's the funniest part about it. It's like most people don't want to support you because they don't want to support somebody that's gonna stop and fall off of something that they're doing. But when they notice that you're gonna keep doing it and you're consistent and you got longevity, you're like, hey man, I'm gonna support you, man. You know I've been noticing that you ain't gave up. I'm just gonna support you now. It's like, man, yeah. They want to know if you're really about this. And it's like, well, if I showed you footage from 2006 and I could show you footage from 2016 and I could tell you about, like, come on, man. It's been a timeline. And it's funny to hear y'all voices from the 2016 to hearing y'all voices because I just heard it the other day from episode 16 featuring GLK Chris. Shout out to GLK Chris. But I'm like, man, it's like y'all was older versions of y'all, but y'all was still y'all. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I think life just done beat us up a little bit more.
A little bit.
And that's like in the span of like 5-6 years. But that's the crucial part. It's like that was like the
becoming 30.
Yeah, it's the 25 to 30, which is I think
that's crucial for every man.
Crucial. Yeah, it's so crucial. That's a
rites of passage.
Yeah. It's when I think about like people that what's it called that are depressed and stuff, that's when it hits the most, I think, too. Because that's the time where you have to solidify yourself as this is what you're gonna be.
What am I doing? Where am I going?
Yeah, basically for the rest of your life. Well, that's what society says, and you have that stuck in your mind because that's what you know for your whole life, and it's just like it's depressing as fuck. And you're just like, oh, what the hell am I doing? I'm not doing shit. Like, look at all these people with families and they went to school and they did all this shit.
Yeah, you start doing that compare and contrast. God dog, man.
Yeah, I hate that. I do that shit all the time, man. Still do it now. And that shit fucks me up every single time. I don't even know why I do that shit to myself.
Dang, you still do that now?
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, man. I don't want you to do that now. The reason, because like I used to do that a lot, and like my affirmation to make sure I don't do it is that's why people put it on my page. It's like everybody in their own lane, so we can't compare and contrast. Because if you're in your own lane, then you're going to progress to where you get into in your lane when you get there, not based off somebody else's lane and what they did.
Right.
Because you ain't never in their lane. You're always in your lane.
So what I wish is that I had walls in my lane. I'm tired of looking over and seeing this shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's where you create your own boundaries. Like I stopped going all like in the beginning I was going all in Curtis King stream, motherfucking oh gosh Leota stream and all that. But when I started getting serious about my shit, I'm like, man, opportunity cost, economics, basic economics. If I'm choosing my time to spend my time here watching what somebody else is doing, once again, I'm shifting my ratio of being a consumer to a producer. Because it's like, how much information do you consume versus how much do you produce? The people who's making it, we can't get mad at Curtis King. That nigga's produced over 1,500 YouTube videos. He's produced over full-on courses, probably like 10 full-on courses, mixing course, mastering course, how to make beats, how to sell beats. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then all those videos that go in it, it's probably like a cool another 200 to 300 videos in there, volume. And so it's like, but that's producing. You think he would have been able to do all that stuff if he was watching somebody else, watching the next man? Hell no. So I was like, man, I watch him a little bit to get inspired, but then I go, where can I be applying this to myself? I could either be cooking up or I could be doing something else. That's a part of my whole purpose. Because if I make a post to help motherfuckers know what this pain shit is like and not to get in it, how you can eat healthier and not fuck up your kidneys and shit like that. You can get some inspiration from somebody that's still chasing their dreams even though they're going through all this health bullshit. Like, come on, man. Like, I know other artists getting inspired when they see a nigga got that done screen up, nigga. Because if you know what that done screen look like, you like, oh, I need another one. It's like it's been a minute.
Been a minute for that done screen. Yeah, no, just it's right. I just
So
gotta just
chip along.
put my head down. Just put my head down and just keep going.
Yep. Straight up. Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision. Because you can't compare and contrast if you ain't got nothing to compare it to.
Well, we have stuff to compare now.
We ourselves though.
Ourselves.
Our 2006 self, our 2016 self, our whenever we started making beats self. I can go back to my first beats was in 1999, but I wish I need a memory card. I need a memory card and a PS1.
My first beats is in 2004, 2003, 2004. 2003? Yeah, 2004. I think it's 2004. 2 years into college, into high school. Damn. I remember working at the pharmacy. It was like 2011, 2010. I remember bringing my my laptop with the machine in there. And I was in there on my lunch cooking, bro.
At work?
At work on my lunch break, yeah.
Did Jamil go in there?
What happened?
I said, did Jamil go in there? I'm like, depending on lunch.
Sometimes I would eat on my regular break because we would get like a 15-minute break and then an hour and then another 15-minute break.
Oh, you said the pharmacy. I'm thinking Best Buy. I'm tripping.
Nah, not Best Buy.
And that's the thing that I trip off of too, because Ethan been trying to do that shit to me. My brother's son. Ethan,
yeah.
He's 9. And so like I'll be leaving, like, oh, I was trying to scare you, Uncle T, like trying to sneak up the stairs and shit. And it's like, nigga, I was there. I know what it's like. You can't sneak up on me because I did the sneaking, you know? So it's like, come on, man, you're dealing with a master. I don't even got to look back to know you're right there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, for real. And it's like, if we were to play hide and go seek, you suck at hide and go seek. Kids suck. They suck at hide and go seek. If you can't hide right there, I know where you are.
Thank you. I'm an OG at this.
Can't hide underneath the table. Like, come on. Hey, real quick. One of the dopest hiding spots that I can name of.
I got one too. I don't want to say it because everybody gonna know that, but yeah.
Man, you know what I mean. Nobody's gonna steal it. They're gonna hear about it and forget about it. But all right, listen. So, one of the best hiding places. So, if you're playing hide and go seek in the dark, that's like the best one, right? Hide and go seek in the dark. All right. So, you go. Mine was you have to see like, because you know how there's a dining room, right? And then there'll be like a cover. Sometimes they don't need to be a cover, but so there's a dining room, usually like a big dining table. Let's say there's like one of the ends and then like two chairs on each side, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I said, six people. Sometimes they have the cover over it. You know, like my mom used to have like the cover over the table. I don't know if they do that anymore. Like a tablecloth, whatever. Tablecloth. So it goes right kind of where the chairs are, right? So what you do is instead of hiding, well, you hide under the table, right? So you hide under the table, but what you do is you don't hide directly underneath like the actual table. You suspend yourself on the chairs.
Like Mission Impossible under the car.
Yeah, but there's enough support so where you don't feel like, you know,
you're not getting fatigued.
Yeah, you won't get fatigued. You just have to be quiet. But you go right there and then you're suspended. So when they're there, you hear them, where are you guys at? Like for me, when I'm looking for people, I try to make you laugh. So it's over.
Yeah.
I'm all, come on. I'll be like,
that's a good tech. That's a good tech.
I'll be like making fart noises and stuff. And you hear it. It's all I ate some cheese. But yeah, so the person you're hiding there, right? The person looks under the table. But you're still in the table.
That's dope.
It's like, yeah. All right. So what's your spot? What's the spot where
my spot is not as good as what you talk about? My spot is basic, and it used to always claim the fame because everybody would get so caught up in the game. But I'm the one that was hiding behind a door. There's something about It's something about hiding behind a door, dude. Some people will come in and look, and they still won't see it. You like, hold up, how did you look that fast and don't see it? You just like,
That's funny.
but it's in the dark though.
Look behind the door. Yeah, you even look behind the door and you still don't see him.
It's dark. Now y'all paranoid.
Because I hear him. I hear footsteps. I hear all this stuff. I hear some breathing. No, what was another one? Hiding. All right, so if you're playing hide and go seek in the dark, there's shadows that are dark enough for you to hide in plain sight. Like I remember there's one time I would just go, right?
Like Homer Simpson on that.
But it would be like this corner where the door is open, right? Or like it's in a corner with there's no door, but the windows hit just right in front of the shadowy area, right? So there's a shadow in the corner. It's dark, but there's light in front of it. Your eyes get adjusted to the light when you're looking at it, that you don't recognize anything in the back. Yeah, the depth is what messes you up. So I used to just hide in those areas, and nobody would even know. And sometimes I'm like,
that's smart, dude.
Because I want to be in or something like that. I'm like, I got you. Like, I got you. Like, oh shoot. Or we would. All right. So there was this game. Like, so we would play like how to go seek in the dark. But there was another one where we just try to scare the shit out of each other. Like one person would be, like the way we played it was one person had to go. I had a 2-story house, so they would go in the downstairs bathroom, turn the light on, close the door, count to whatever 100, whatever like that, right? And then the rest of the lights would be off, right, and throughout the house. So when you first get out, you're blind, bro. Like you can't see anything. You're like, oh shoot, and then it takes a little while for your eyes to adjust. And then after that, like they can't see, you just scare the shit out of them. Like it's funny.
And it's a 2-story crib too, man.
You got to go up and kind of figure out where everything's at, and you're just like, oh shoot. And my house had
He's like, I know I hear stuff. I ain't not tripping. I am an audiophile. I hear things.
No, I can hear it. Somebody was there. But yeah, that was fun though. We gotta do that one time. Hey, we gotta link up, get an Airbnb of a mansion, and just play. That'd be crazy,
man.
Oh, I don't know about mansion, but some big spot.
There's a big spot to do. I see in the dark.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, man. That or laser tag,
but not both.
I didn't see laser tag. Can you finally get sought?
Oh, you mean like actual laser tag, like an actual place?
No, like where you buy all the equipment. If you're gonna play hide and seek and it's in the dark, then what else can you do in the dark besides laser tag?
Yeah, heck yeah, and you could we could put a smoke. What's it called?
Smoke fogger, the fogger machine.
Yeah, so you can see the actual lasers.
Yeah, that'd be clean, dude. That look like a game show. Now I'm thinking about it.
Oh no, Family Double Dare.
Yeah, American Gladiators.
Yeah.
Gladiators ready, rappers ready, producers ready. Collab.
I always wanted to do that one spot in American Gladiators where they had to shoot the Nerf ball. Like you got that one gladiator freaking shooting you with the balls.
You got to get through the thing, and you got to hide behind it and do the roll. They shoot off
the rocket. Yeah, the rocket was cool. I was like, how come y'all ain't hitting him? He's like, just shoot him. Like,
yeah. You got to go to the other thing, and it got the little polygon shape that you got to hide behind.
Yeah. Oh man,
dude, I always thought I'd be able to get through that. I'm like, man, because they don't be moving good. Like they shooting them with the tennis ball, but when they go from the station to station, they don't be ducking and dodging right. You know,
these people ain't living in
the hood.
The life they know how to move. They'll be here, dude, comfortable in their cubicles.
That was a good show. Now I think about it, man. I want to remix that. Maybe we need to remix the theme song. Huh?
The games on Nintendo and Super Nintendo.
Oh, 8-bit remixes of all those.
That would be sick. I do want to do a remix album of video game sounds.
Yeah. I just want to remix Tecmo Bowl. Just say, ready, down.
Dude, all the Tecmo sports, bro. Looks good. Down.
That is, I really want to know who did the voiceover for that. Ready?
Guy did the same voice. Yeah, for double dribble. Man, that shit's a double dribble.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, man.
Double.
Ooh.
Well, for 3.
Dude, classic, man. Yeah. Double dribble, Tecmo Bowl. Yeah. They had Tecmo baseball, yeah. Dang.
They have hockey too? Did they have hockey? Oh no.
Probably did. I didn't have it though, but they probably did. Dang. That's funny. And then that beat was always the same. The same.
Just repeated that shit.
And then with the end play, like that little jingle tune that always play. Yeah.
That's good, man.
But yeah, nah, so this is what I'm gonna do, man, by this next week. Because I got 2 official loops. I got Juicy Broccoli and Eerie Cabbage so far. Hopefully, we're just gonna aim for 2. We're just gonna go for 2 a week. But 2 created and then 2 sifted through. I think that should be the motto. Go find 2 tracks I've created before and turn those into stems and then create 2 melodies.
Okay, 2 melodies. Dope. I'll get the 808s in. 808 the sub bass. I got kicks and I'll probably make some more snares. Easy. That's easy. Snares and stuff is easy. I'll do it here.
Easy.
I'll add it with whatever I have already on there and just change the pitch it up, lower it, that kind of thing. So that'd be cool.
When should we expect your first tutorial? And are you gonna put it on YouTube first or Instagram, or will they be on both?
Tutorial for how to make
machine tips or whatever you're
I want to make a list first of which ones I got to do. Maybe 10. 10 seems easy, right? Of easy machine tips.
Yep.
Because some people don't know how to sample and stuff, right? I can do that.
And the reason why you want to create those is because just like I put that Chick Korea video up yesterday. Oh, this is 150. Man, I should get this thing. I thought it was 250.
What's that?
That mixer I was telling you about.
Get it, yeah, 150. I mean, whatever you can get.
Yeah,
I don't want to say, hey, get it, man.
Is that it's evergreen, meaning that somebody can always stumble across this video and it'll be useful. It's not something that's for the time right now. This is something that anybody can watch at any time and it'll still be relevant. So it's like, because I was thinking about who I would create my niche for, right? I was looking at some Think Media videos so I can get a clear guideline how I want to turn up this YouTube analytics stuff. And in his major questions, he say, what is your channel name and what is it about? What value do you offer and who is it for? Like when you answer those questions about your content, then it makes it easier in what direction you're going in. I'm like, okay.
Let me write that down real quick.
Got you.
My notes up real quick. What's that? All right. You said what were the questions?
First one is, what's your channel? Did I take a screenshot of this? It said, what's your channel? What's your channel about, and what value do you offer?
Questions. What's your channel and what is it? What's your channel and what value?
Yeah, what value do you offer?
I put offer.
Right there. Yeah, I think this was where I was putting shit. And then, so yeah, what's your channel about? What value do you offer? And who is it for? Who is your content for?
Oh, So what's your channel about? And then the second question is what value you offer?
What value do you offer? Yeah. So it's like if we went to NappooBeats YouTube, what is NappooBeats YouTube about? Does the headline show you what this is about? Is it congruent? Does the intro video show you what this is about? Is it clear? Because he said every time when you go to people's YouTube page, it said it's not clear on what you're expecting to get. He's like, so what's your channel about? What value, what information and value do you offer? And then who is it for? If you try to create it for everybody, then you ain't gonna reach nobody. But if you create it for somebody specific, then you reach more people because other people gonna relate to that specifics. Like if we're saying, oh man, that's that Gemini stuff. And he's like, no, but I relate too. And I'm like, oh, we was created specific for them, but you relate because it's a specific feeling and you have that specific feeling as well, you know? So we sharing that. So when I was.
What's your channel about? What value do you offer and who is it for?
Yes.
What value do you offer? Okay. Those are easy questions to answer.
Yes, sir. Because in that way, you're going to design your home YouTube page around that. So that way, anytime people land on it, it's always clear as day on who you are, what you represent, what information where your authority lies, right? Where you've been mastered and skilled, and then who you're here to help. So then when I started looking at that from the perspective of my own YouTube channel, I'm like, dang, all right, what direction can I go in? These are my notes. I was like, I want to help boomers get into production and podcasting. Because it's like, if I'm thinking about my cousin, he's like, oh man, you guys doing that podcast, what do I need to do? And I'm like, well, can I help him get started in podcasting? Or like if he wants to be a third on one of the interviews, can he come through and get the equipment on one of it? Yeah, all right, man, go buy this, and this. And when you get on the episode, we only got 40 minute spurts, but you at least got the equipment. And then like if I thought about like upgrading people to the distro kid knowledge, all that, right? Just if I'm helping boomers though, because the young folks will know about this. That's my assumption. And I ran across a video where it showed like the 75-year-old dude making trap beats. And it was like, he's like, I just like making music and I figured it out. And I'm like, dang, that's dope. You can see the level of joy. He's 75 years old, just now making beats. And I'm like, imagine how many other people, did you talk about the depressed word and all that? That's a big reason why I'm sitting right here right now is I had something to focus on. So imagine and then when I watched this movie about people with dementia and amnesia or whatever, when they get old or Alzheimer's, and every time when they was listening to music, their old self came back. So imagine if these old people are creating music themselves and they can keep their self. Ooh.
You see that one where the guy was playing the horn, the trumpet, and he was sitting there like this,
and he just came back alive.
He started playing with them, and he was all. Yeah, I was like, dang,
they're still in there, man.
Yeah.
So then I was like, go ahead.
Oh no, I'm doing the machine tutorials right now. How to set up a sample, how to make the sample stop when another sample plays. Easy ones.
Yeah.
Little.
So then my thing was how to start your podcasting career in video, how to start a production career, 20-minute. Oh, see, I was saying 20-minute cookups with ASMR, kind of similar to Bob Ross, because Bob Ross, he cooks up those paintings in 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. So 20-minute cookups, and I want to help you start because that's the thing I'm good at. I'm good at starting a lot of shit, just not great at finishing a lot of shit. But most people don't even start. So it's like, at least if we can get you to start, then you're already halfway to getting there because you just got to keep showing up. And I want to help people bounce back from setbacks.
Bounce back from setbacks. That's good. You're well versed in that. So yeah, heck yeah, man. Ooh, dang. Now I'm trying to think of more machine things. Like, what else should I do?
All right. So I'm going to give you this last gem before we cut this off.
All right.
And Think Media is where I've been getting these gems from. Think Media.
Yeah.
He said, oh, this was one of the videos. But was this Evan? This could have been Evan Carmichael, but I think Media Dude did it too when he was talking about vidIQ. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to go into YouTube and you just going to search for machine tips. And search for machine tips. Look and find out who's the biggest channels, who got the most views. see what they thumbnail look like, what they title look like, watch the video, and then see if you can remix it. See if you can give a continuation. See if you can give the NappooBeats version of this. Because that's what Chick Corea said in the thing. He said, man, music is interpretation. He said, so there's no right way to do it. It's just, this is how I do it. And that's all we're doing. Like cook-up sessions is, this is how I do it. Chop section is, this is how I do it. Location is, this is how I do it. Slap-episode is, this is how I do it. Illmind is, this is how I do it. Who else streams beats? Mixwell. Keith Daddy Supreme. What's my nigga Dotson? Lil Bad Snacks. I'm giving all shout outs to these producers right now because we're all producers, and we all show our process and none of it's the same.
That's true, huh? None of it's the same.
None of it's the same. So did you watch the K Tronada, how to make a K Tronada beat?
I didn't watch it.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
I had it up, but I didn't watch it.
Watch it this week.
So I had to do something, but I was in a slump. So I was like, man.
That's why we come here though, because I'm still gonna bring it up.
Yeah, keep bringing it up.
It's accountability right here.
Yeah, I'm glad you. I'm glad you said something because I did mean to watch it, but I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, because then you're gonna watch how this dude makes the K Tronada beat, and for K Tronada to say I watched it and I got mind blown that this dude figured it out, but he just do it different than what I do. He's like, that's 2010 K Tronada.
That's a different time. That's funny.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, watch those tutorials, or at least look at the thumbnails and titles, see what they talking about, see who's the biggest people, and then just make remixes of it. Make your own title, like your own version of it, and then talk about it your way. Right? He said that was the easy gem because when he was looking through the other people's website of his niche, he said, there's other people in your niche. He said, now look at this video. He's like, look, he said, the videos you want to look for is the other gem. The videos you want to look for is the people who got more views than subscribers, like where it's an astronomical difference. Because then you know that it had that much reach. Because if you only got 11,000 subscribers, but then it's been watched 77,000 times, then it mean that it had a big impact. But if you got 88,000 subscribers and they only watched it 12,000 times.
Right. Don't matter, right? Those could be bot subscribers if that's the case too.
You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, just go through since you know what the niche is. Just write all that's all I did. I wrote all the damn categories down, and I'm finna just go through one by one and be like, oh, how to make a vaporwave track, how to make a trap track, how to make a lo-fi track. Because I did it. I know how to do it, and this is how I do it. And hopefully it can help you do it. Because my shit gonna have M-Rhythmizer, but then somebody else should have a LFO tool. Somebody else should have, like, you know what I mean?
That's true. That is true. Dang. I just realized when I turned this light on, it made it a lot better. I don't know what happened to the light. Oh, you know what? It got darker. That's what happened. Like literally, because my window was open, and it turned.
Yeah. So then you needed more ambient light. Yes, sir.
Right. Yep. Anyway, yeah. No, I didn't mean to do that.
What?
Not say the light shit, but yeah. No, that is a good. I'm gonna do that.
I did the same thing while we were streaming while we was recording because this light wasn't on. And I turned it.
Crazy.
That's crazy. And I turned it on. Well, yay!
Wait, is that a light from your phone? You're using it from your phone?
Nah, this is the ceiling fan light.
It has a remote?
Like, what's this? 6-speed ceiling fan with a light button on the bottom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's cool when I'm streaming because when it get hot as fuck and I'm like, you got to get up and normally.
You get that, or that was already there when?
Already there in each room too, man.
Oh,
it's dope.
Hey.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful, man.
I got remote.
I ain't sleeping in the whip. You know what I'm saying? Dude, 3 years, man. I be relating to them Steve Harvey videos. Thomas sent me one. He said, man, I seen this and it reminded me of you. And I'm like, dang, when niggas know my situation, then it's like, the kind of things gonna resonate with you different because it ain't like you just watching Steve Harvey talk about it. He's like, dang, I know somebody that actually went through this. So I know this shit gonna pay off, man, because the good win in the end, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna keep trucking along.
I agree. This journey is I'm looking I think I'm excited for what's happening right now. We're just gonna talk about it and be like, "Hey, remember when we are like doubting and shit, and like being like all emo and shit about it, and just be like, man, this ain't gonna happen, and freaking all these people, blah blah blah, they're doing way better than me, and all this stuff, and what am I doing? Like, my mom's be like, like my mom and dad look at me a certain way or something like that, like. But I mean, my mom and dad don't. I'm just saying, like,
That's
maybe
dope.
my mom. I don't know about my dad. Maybe my mom. My dad don't. But they only want the best thing for you. So
Yeah. But like Sancha was saying the other day, this was a great point. He said, and like they mean it out of good intentions. It's meant out of good intentions. I definitely understand. But the suggestions are made because he was like, think about it. This is based off tradition. This is not based off of expertise. He's like, would you go to a plumber and ask him about the electrical? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you can't.
a little bit, but not
a lot. You can't ask your mom about DistroKid. You can't ask her about Spotify
No,
distribution.
actually, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was about to say, dang, hold up, man, shoot, get on the pod. We got a new guest.
I know, I got you guessed.
Because if I'm trying to show boomers how to make beats, I'm like, she could be the gateway. Like, hold up, she know it already. What's your excuse?
No, I don't know. That's why I'm trying to do the best I can.
But
Nah,
yeah, they can't really give you the suggestions based from a experiential standpoint because this ain't their field of study.
True.
So they only can give it based off of like the fear of I just want the best for you. But it's like, hold up, man, you want me to operate in fear or faith? Because you can't be preaching faith to me my whole life, and I'm trying to have faith on something. You're like, no fear. No, hold up, nigga. No, you said faith. Let's have faith right here too, nigga. Like, don't pick and choose.
Yeah, you can't.
Talking about have faith for a state job, nigga. I want faith for a job that I ain't trying to be depressed and stressed out and eye twitching. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Is that a thing? Having a state job?
Yeah, my mom worked for the state for all these years.
Yeah.
That was her indoctrination. So I would like most of her kids wasn't approved in her eyes unless they had a state job. Why? Because a state job is solidified in security and stability to a sense. Besides them years they went through that damn furlough shit and motherfucking budgets wasn't getting signed and niggas wasn't. Yeah, then it was you in the same boat as everybody else. But for the most part,
the White House. It's the same with us with being a nurse or being in the healthcare industry.
Mm-hmm. Some stability and all that.
Never go without a job. You always have a job. I'm like, that's true. It is
true. But how happy are you? I ain't just about having jobs, man. Living this life where you in pain, at least be happy. If you're gonna be in pain regardless, I'd rather be happy in pain instead of frustrated in pain.
Yeah.
Because if I had this neck injury and stuff when I was working at Best Buy, I wouldn't have been able to work there for long. Because I would be lashing out at niggas because I'm already irritated because of the underlying thing of not wanting to be there. And add on pain too. Niggas is getting cussed out every day.
Oh, look. You ever try yoga?
Yeah, that's what sent me off into this, man. This injury sent me into yoga, meditation.
I've been doing it. Oh, okay.
This sent me into all this, man.
About hot yoga.
Bikram yoga. I remember when I first started doing.
Did you watch it? Did you watch that Bikram yoga?
Nah, I picked up a dude in Venice, and he was like, "Oh, I own this yoga place over in Venice. And that's where you're taking me to taking me to my yoga studio." I'm like, "What?" Yeah, it's called Bikram yoga though. I'm like, what Bikram yoga means? It's like, oh, hot yoga. Yeah. So hot what? Yoga. Like it's kind of like I'm like a sauna, but y'all doing yoga? He's like, yeah, kind of. I'm like,
yeah, it is. They turn the heaters on and they just sweat and do yoga.
That sounds like a cleanse for real, though.
Yeah, it is a cleanse. But the guy Bikram who brought it into the United States, that documentary about him, he was touching girls and stuff.
What? Come on.
Foolish, man.
Come on. There's no tainted. These fools can't come out here with no tainted history. But see, that just show you the sign of the times, man. The sign of the times is when the Me Too era came out, it just exposed all of the people that was exploiting their powers of Hollywood privilege, right? because everybody was doing it. It was a sign of the times. They're like, oh, we're in a power position. This is the key thing that somebody said. I was watching these videos researching. They said, if you give somebody the opportunity, they was talking about women in specific because I was researching women. They said, if you give the girl the opportunity to take advantage of you, she will. And I was like, damn, it's fucked up. Because in my opinion, right, if somebody gives me the opportunity to take advantage of them, I don't. And I've had many a moment where I could have taken advantage of people and I didn't. And so I feel that, like, I'm at this paradox. I'm like, okay, would I rather have this kind of like stoic mindset when I approach the girl to where she don't ever even get an opportunity to take advantage of me? But then I don't really know what I'm dealing with. If I give her the opportunity to take advantage of me and she does, that just mean that she ain't cut from my cloth. So why would I want to be with her anyway if I would be in her in other circumstances where I never get to see that if she's one of those kind of people that would take advantage? Because I feel at the end of the day, it's integrity. The integrity is if you got the opportunity to and then you rise above and don't do it, then why wouldn't that be my reflection versus somebody else that would take it at the first sight? Because trust, there's a lot of situations that I could have taken advantage. It felt like they wanted me to take advantage. And I'm just like, I don't think this is right.
Like that. Yeah, don't do it.
Huh?
You're like, I'm not like that. Don't do it. I'm not doing that. Yeah. That's weird. So if you give a girl an opportunity to take advantage, she'll take advantage of it?
That's what they were saying. If they that kind of girl.
Okay.
But you would never know if they that kind of girl if you never put them in a scenario to find out if they that kind of girl.
That's true. Trying to think. No. Trying to think of old ball and chain, you know.
Stupid. He like, did she ever take advantage? He's like, no. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't think so. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I did it.
See, you were the one. You were the one. Bourbon hand rubs.
Hey man. Gotta
But
survive. I'm just kidding.
Like looking at it like, oh man, give her a chance to take advantage of you. Did she take advantage of you? See, that's what I'm saying.
Taking advantage is such a negative thing.
And that's the reason why you saying it, because we're looking at it from that. We're talking about dating life. Dating life ain't no feelings built up. Ain't no, oh, we've been through shit and I gotta care about you. This is who you are when you really don't care about a motherfucker. Like, and that's the thing. You really need to display. This is how you treating the waiter. This is how you treating the janitor.
Yeah. Nah, I can't mess with people like that. Not good.
My point exactly.
So, you forgot my ice?
I asked for medium rare. This looks like medium well.
Well, you should go take it back.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, did you see the girl who attacked the dude that said that she stole his phone and he didn't even steal the phone? The Uber driver showed up with it later.
Oh yeah.
You see the interview with Gayle King?
No, is that the same girl? I saw the girl. I don't know if it was from that specific situation.
She said, enough, quiet, Gayle. That's enough. She shut Gayle on the interview. And then, like, I didn't know that was the lawyer sitting right there. I thought it was the mama, but like the lawyer was holding her breath with everything that the girl was saying, because you can tell in the video she ain't taking responsibility. She's like, I don't see what's wrong. I'm just a girl. I'm 22 years old and all this. And they like, no, you attacked a 14-year-old teen, saying that he stole your phone. It was like, oh, but my phone just went missing. It was like, were you checking everybody? No, I was just checking. And then, like, you could tell she wanted to say just the black people. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, I don't see what's wrong. Like, I'm just a 22-year-old girl. And just because I accused a guy, she was about to say a black guy.
A guy.
And when she said a guy, the lawyer was like,
hey, the PR rep was in the back like, no.
Yeah. Dude. Entitlement. And then when she finally got pulled over, like, because she did that in Philly and she got arrested in California. When they pulled up on her, they had to yank her out the car and kicking and screaming kind of situation.
What was the charge for her to get arrested for?
She assaulted because when she tackled him, it's like
the kid.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't
see
that
footage.
I only saw. I didn't see the full footage. I saw when he was like they were about to like she was not chasing him, but started following him. And I don't know. I think I lost interest because
Yeah, negativity, of course.
Yeah. But she tackled him.
Yeah, so when you see the first video, it's like the dad saying like, "No, my son didn't steal your phone," and blah blah, and she's like, "I'm not letting them leave. Make them. I ain't making you make me do nothing." Then you see the other angle where the son was walking this way, and this bitch comes out of nowhere. Son's walking like this, bitch just come out. And then you see the dad coming up like, "Oh,
Get off my son.
get off my son for real." So then she tried to say in that interview with Gail, she's like, "Oh, well, did you notice how the dad, he grabbed me and snatched me and pulled me over to all this?" And like she trying to do the typical Karen stuff. And Gail's like, "Well, if his 14-year-old teen son wasn't getting attacked by a grown 22-year-old woman."
Then maybe you wouldn't have to put hands on a girl. Yeah.
Facts, dude. Like this was in reaction, and this is why with people that don't take responsibility for their actions, they only talk about the effect and not the cause. But yeah, that video was funny because when in the interview she goes, "Hush, Gail, that's enough. Hush." Yeah. I was like, "Oh shit."
This is an interview. Like we told people to hush. Like you don't just leave. Like that's what you want to do.
Dude. So yeah, just show the privilege, even the Capitol shows you the privilege, it's I feel, and that's why we said it towards the end of last year's episodes where I think that was with Machete. Dang, that was, I guess towards the end of the year, but we was talking about how 2020 was. It's like the creative renaissance was dope, and to know where you stand with people for sure. Like this whole under the veil stuff, what it ain't what, you know what I mean? It's like, you've been faking the funk this whole time. You really don't fuck with black people? I know now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
My favorite thing that I heard, it was from the Capitol thing. The lady was like, this isn't their country, it's our country. And I was like, that's powerful. That's a powerful thing to say in a negative way. Like, you know what I mean?
How they feel.
And I was like, wow.
How they feel.
That's what I took away from it. I was like, and I started looking up shotguns.
You in Texas? Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm in Texas, bro. I'm in San Antonio, but,
You still in Texas.
Still in Texas. And, yeah. And I have a family, and my family is black. And,
straight like that.
Yep. And that's all. And that's it. I mean, and I don't understand people, and I don't want to understand them. I don't want to understand why. I usually keep an open mind, but for that, there's no open mind for that.
Fact.
Yeah, it's terrible. But on a lighter note, we're gonna go into 2021 with all of that negativity behind us. Actually, we're gonna take that negativity
and we're gonna transform it into
Yeah, that's gonna be the fuel for us to be better, be more successful, and show everybody that we can do what we set our minds to, and that if we just start something, that you can finish it. Or this is never going to be finished, though.
Mm-hmm.
Music, everything's never going to be finished, but it's the journey that that sounds so cliche too, right? Oh, it's all about the journey, bro. Like, fuck.
But it is though.
It is.
Maybe it just needs another word because journey's probably played out. But don't stop believing.
Journey's, the word journey's played out. It's about the adventure. It's about the adventure.
The quest.
There you go. For all you gamers, it's about the quest. It's about leveling up.
RPG style, straight up. Life is an RPG.
I know. I didn't fill out that journal yet. I didn't start it yet.
You're about to start it though. When you do your 30 for Thursday. It'd be like your track journey. Like your quick lessons on what you learn in your track journey. Then you can create quick lessons on how to be more efficient, because then you know a difference from your original chop section where you kind of free form within an hour versus a time constraint. You're working more efficient. Then your videos, your title could be, how to be more efficient as a producer in 2021 or whatever. Because then
that's a good idea. No, I mean that's a good idea. Like there's a way to use a journal, and I think there's probably a tutorial on how to journal correctly, right? And I need to watch that. I do. So yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get up on the journal thing, like you said. I will. I'll do it. I have it, and it's probably gonna be fun reading it and filling it out.
That's what I'm saying, because I made that post on my Instagram. It's the 3 things I needed to work on back then. It was in one of these notebooks. It said, when I wake up, my procrastination, and working out. Those are my 3 things. My diet, my nutrition. So then I'm like, and that was 5 years ago. And I'm looking at these words that I wrote 5 years ago, and I'm like, well, I wake up early. Hell yeah. I wake up early now. I'm like, do I procrastinate? I still procrastinate, but definitely not as much as I was 5 years ago, because when one track came out. And then my diet and exercise routine, my nutrition. You know I'm eating healthier than the motherfucker, man. So
I have to get those things ready too. I mean, I went a full work week without eating rice.
Dang.
White rice.
Using
I
brown
did it
rice?
before. I went like 3 months or something, 3-4 months without eating rice. But it's a big thing, it turns into sugar. What's up with regular white rice, right? I'm Asian though. I mean, my body needs it, but it's I'm only gonna eat rice on the weekends. And then I'll give I only eat rice on the weekends. I should have went to the store and got some vegetables and stuff, but yeah, I'm only gonna eat rice on the weekends. During the day or during the week, regular week, I'll just vegetables. I've been eating a lot
Not
of
brown
broccoli.
rice?
No, because it still has the white rice in it. It just has fiber in it.
You go Hamasati rice, jasmine rice, black rice. There's other options, but yeah.
What's wrong with jasmine rice? Or jasmine rice is still white rice, right? Or is it?
I thought jasmine rice was better than white rice.
Jasmine rice is white rice.
What?
It's white?
It is white, but I thought it had something different on it. Like the encoding or some shit, like enteric, some kind of shit. I don't know. I gotta research it. There's like this one PDF I found on Pinterest that it was like showing you all the different kind of rice and like their benefits and shit. I gotta find that.
Because I do eat jasmine rice. The one I have right now is cow roast, but I thought jasmine rice was just a different type of grain, and it was still white rice, and still. It's just jasmine rice to me is a lot more dry, and then cow roast rice is more like water, like soaks more water up, and like it's kind of more sticky. Not sticky, but yeah, it's kind of the consistency is a little different. But jasmine rice, I feel like, is more like a fried rice type of rice. Yeah, it's like longer because it's like long grain. If you do jasmine, yeah, it's like long grain, and it's like skinnier. Yeah. Me talking about rice. You got talking about rice. My expertise on rice. You did that shit on purpose. That's racist, man.
No. Come on.
He said, look at this motherfucker talking about rice.
You stupid. You stupid. No, because you see, I'm looking this way. Like in my cupboard, I got like 4 different rices in there right now. I got from back when I was making a regular pho, like that. I don't know what that brand's called, but like when you get your pho noodles, it's like a clear package. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Clear package. I got like 2 of them still in there. And then I got
rice noodles? Like the rice noodles?
Rice noodle, yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know what kind of rice it's
International Al. I don't know, but it's still white rice noodle. That's why I don't use it no more. But then I got brown rice noodle up there. But then I got like a jasmine rice. I got a brown rice. I got a quinoa thing up there. So I was trying to think of all the different rice. I got a black rice in there, I think, too.
Black was made out of like beans? Like black beans?
It's like black rice. Like that's what I'm saying. If you look at that all you gotta do is type in different types of rice and then Pinterest, and then you'll see an infographic that'll have like 6 to 7 different rices on there, and they give you the breakdown on what the benefits are and shit.
Crazy. I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah. All I know is that I just been eating a lot of broccoli and cauliflower and whatever the meat is. And then maybe a little bit of bread. Maybe. But no rice. Like, no rice during the week. If I have a salad, I just eat the salad and shit. So, kind of thing.
Oh, you used to put rice in your salad?
No.
Oh, my damn. Teach me something new. I was like, what? That's some new stuff.
Hey, maybe sometimes you just gotta flip it every once in a while.
Remix. Crazy.
Nah, man. Nah, just regular salad. I gotta get back to eating salads and just a lot of greens and shit. So, I go soups. I need to start making some more soup with cabbage and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I might go to the store. What time is it? I might be
7 o'clock.
tired. I am dressed though, but
Man, you might as well knock that out, man. No procrastination, man. Your health is your wealth. But then again, if it's raining, don't do it. Just be safe.
pushing the whip, man.
Do whatever you got to do to be safe. That's all I care about, man.
Thank you. No,
See how I'm chilling right here. You see how I'm chilling.
yeah.
Good enough.
All right, so we can end it right here. We said we're gonna work on everything that we just said we were gonna work on. Health is wealth. That's what I'm gonna end on mine. Health is wealth. That's the ending note. And what about you? What is your sign off quote that you want to go with from today's episode?
Yeah, in these 3 hours. Okay. So yeah, health is wealth. I don't got a simple sentence, but it's tighten up. What did you say to tighten up? Vocal align. That's what you said. You said vocal align to make your stuff tighten up. So tighten up how you distribute your content, because you can get more maximum use out of the same stuff you do by putting in just a little bit more time. Because when I was looking at all my snippets, remember you said the continuity where the one has a black screen, but like you can go back from Chill Hop all the way into the latest one I just did, which was Blessing Energy, all the way up to episode 16, Blessing Energy. You can see every Monday there's a post, but I was only doing pictures. Like I did a video on the first one, the next one I did a video, the third one I did a picture, the fourth one I did a picture, and then the fifth and the rest I did like little snap videos. But when you watch these short videos, yeah, it deters people from going to or it encourages people to go to the YouTube. Because when they see me doing a little drum and bass shit, they're like, oh, I don't know what it is about these drum and bass ones. Every time I post a drum and bass one, I get minimum 3 views. But when I put like a lo-fi or a hip hop or whatever my abstract shit is, I'm like, nah, so,
right? Yeah.
But
hey, drum and bass. Let's go. The new time, new era.
What the fuck was my point? I was making a point though.
Oh, tighten it up, man.
Yeah. Tighten up. So you can still do the same things, but distribute it differently. Because if you can go through your chop section and find where a part where you were saying a lesson about something, you could chop that out and make that a chop section lesson, right? But then you still chop out your 1 minute snippet to put on your Instagram promo, right? But then you take that same 1 minute Instagram promo and put that on your TikTok as well, and put in the tech comments on there to go to your YouTube, right? And then the other thing I'm trying to figure out is how can I share a playlist but then get it to go in descending order? Because when you go into your link tree, right? So my link tree, for instance, I think we got producer thoughts first, and then it's cook up session next, right? And then it's our singles. When I click on producer thoughts, it'll go to episode 1, and then you got to scroll down to get to episode 18. If I go click on cook up sessions, it's gonna go to episode 1. Then I got to scroll down to episode 16. I want to know how can I share a playlist, but then it shares it at the most recent, if that's possible.
I don't know. That's something to look for. I don't know. Share playlist, most recent. It has to be in the settings. I mean, you can look it up.
Because when you go, like when you say link in bio, if they go click on your link in bio, then it's going to take to the playlist of chop section. It's going to go to that first one with the drip thumbnail. It's not going to go to Don't Crash.
That's one of the most recent.
Click on it. Man. Click on it.
I did not know that.
But that's what part. It's like, so all I'm trying to do is eliminate the objections, you know? Just like how when you did the Joyce Rice thing, if people had to go and make their own post, you would have way less people do it. Because then it's more objections. But the way you did it was, it's easy to do. Share this, say something, boom, done that.
Right.
That ain't difficult. So then it's like, okay, go look at my link in bio so you can go to the chop section. They go click on the link in bio and then you click. And it's like, then they go to the episode 1, and it's like, well, hold up, that beat I just heard was this. And then it's like that little extra part of scrolling down is an extra step. Then if we can share the most recent video, then they don't even got to do that scroll down.
An extra step, right? Easiest way to get to the destination. Yeah. Boom. Less click, less. It's like when you're putting away product, right? The less you're more proactive. The less times you touch the product, right? Before, like, if it has to be put on the shelf, like you want to only touch it once, like rather than touching it multiple times. Because your time is what's it called? It's not is proactive the word? No, it's more pro something. Proficient. Less time you touch the product. So less time you gotta touch your phone to get to where you need to be. Less taps is proficiency.
That's all I'm saying. I just wanted to get, because, like, think about it, man. Like, all right, so you're gonna ponder those questions of your YouTube channel, who you are, what information and value do you offer, and who it's for. So then it's like, after that, since you know who it's for, then everybody that clicks on our link tree to go to our YouTube, what do we want them to get? Because now we're consistent. We're saying who we are, what information we offer, and who it's for. So what should they expect to get once they click on them? And it's like, well, what do we expect? What are we expecting to do with our cook-ups? Earlier, and that's why I made that post on the Producer Thoughts one. You say, hey, I'm doing the chop section to show these rappers that I make beats. And I got beats for sale. I make beats for rappers. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, it was gradient. It was a build, like boom, 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 boom. And it's like, okay, cool. So we got that part out the way. We know who you are. You're a mix engineer, audio engineer, Foley artist. You got to put that in there as a slash.
Foley artist.
For real, like serious. And you make beats. You make beats for rappers. Then you offer information, and this information can help rappers and producers. Right. This is who it's for, though. So that way your branding is always on point. Like, it's always, I make beats for rappers. I'm a producer, and what's it called? I'm helping these people, but then my peers, I got free game. And that's what the machine tips is going to come in with. And now the rest of the tips, like whatever tips that you end up doing that evolves, because this is just the baby. You know how a baby start out.
Right. They grow. They sure do. Too fast.
They can't walk. Then the next thing you know, they coming in, sneaking in the
room. Making me mad. Like, get out of here. I told you to come in here. You can hear mommy in the back, like, get out of there. And I'm laughing on the inside. That's funny.
Yeah. She knows. That's teamwork right there. You know?
That's what your daddy was doing this way.
That's love, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Yeah, we'll sign off here. This is cool.
Proud of you,
I'm
brother.
NappooBeats. Thank you for listening to Producer Thoughts.
My name Boris, baby. We do this shit every week.
We do this shit every week. You know, it's funny. My cousin said that shit to me. Oh no, Isaiah said that shit to me. He's because we do this shit every week. He said that. We do this shit every week. Of course we do.
Come on, baby.
Tagline, boy, Brandon.
Let's go. We got the Brandon, baby. You do it enough times. It's a thing, man. That's dope. We out here.
Man.
We are making an impact, man.
Hell yeah, we are. Let's go, man. Five up. Hands. Go team.
I was like, what?
Go team.
Yeah, for real though, man.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sign off now.
Thanks.
Woo!